Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. It's going to be another episode of SNTR Gaming News, and in this episode we are talking about the Halo Christmas event, or the Halo Infinite Winter Convergence, or whatever it's called, the contingency. The New World event's called that. So this video is going to be about it and why it's time-gated, and I checked it out. I do think there's good things about it. I think there's some bad things about it. I want to break it down for you. We always sort of start the stream with this opening segment, and then the rest of the stream is about a 3-hour-long video if you're watching the past broadcast. So if you wanted the information about what I think, here it is. This is an SNTR update. The Halo Christmas event, or the winter event, is in full swing, and it's got some good things about it, but also some things that are causing confusion and maybe even frustration for players if they don't jump in soon enough. If you like these quick SNTR updates, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button, or check me out on SNTR Gaming, where I streamed this live. So the event goes for 14 days, and it started on December the 21st. There are 10 reward items you can see here. I'm looking at the event in the preview pane for you. They go all the way across, and they do all say right at the top of them that they are free, and that is good. I actually think the themes and the colors are pretty good for a winter event. I kind of like it. I would wear that skin. Maybe you wouldn't. And then they have the armor coating. Also, they have those for 2 guns. They have one for the assault rifle, and then they have the one for the sidekick, and you can go and get these things. Now, one of the main problems is, at least how I see it is, you can only get 1 reward per day, and it's confusing because at the top of this page that I'm on right now, it says earn rewards by completing event challenges. There aren't really any event challenges. I mean, you log in, and the first challenge of the day basically counts as an event challenge, and then you get your reward. And then if you try to do anything else, there's nothing. There's no event challenges to find, and you're done. And I missed the first day, so I logged in today thinking, well, maybe I'll be able to get 2 rewards. No. Now, keep in mind, there's 10 items and 14 days. So if you start playing and there's only 8 or 9 days left, underneath this system, you can't get everything. And I know some people like the idea of a limited time event because if you were there, you got all the stuff. That's a great memory, and it gives you that motivation to play. But I'm worried that this is still too focused on the idea of we want people to log in every day. It's the holidays. It's the new year. People might not be able to log in every day. Maybe they play the first couple of days, and then when they come back, there's only 5 or 6 days left, and then they're like, well, I can't get everything. That's a huge bummer. I think a limited time event already requires engagement in order for you to get the items. There's already, I think, a healthy amount of what we call FOMO, fear of missing out. I think there's a healthy amount of FOMO in a limited time event anyway. You got 14 days. That's a block of time that you got to carve out to make sure you play either enough games or get enough XP to get all of the items. I would say what they need to do is let folks bank missed items after they missed a day. At the very least, let people do that when there's 10 days left. So as those 10 days wind down, no worries. If there's only 5 days left, you have banked the 5 items as well as you have the 5 days in front of you. If there's only 2 days left, I think that system would work to allow people nearing the end to just bank and play. The other thing to consider is, let's say there's only 7 or 8 days left, and you can only play 2 or 3 of those days, but you can play a lot of hours. This, again, is my criticism of their XP system with the progression. After your 5th or 6th game, you get depreciating returns. You're only getting 50 XP a day. So if you play 4 or 5 games a day, Monday through Friday, and I play 20 games on Saturday, you get way more XP than me because yours is more economical. It's more spread out, so you get those bonuses every day, and I don't because Saturday is my day to play. Similarly here with the Winter Contingency event, if you can only play on these couple of days, but you can play a bunch, it doesn't matter. You can only get 1 item a day. They need to stop banging on the drum of we need people to log in every day and design things that meet the player where they are. That's my take on this. What's yours? If you like these SNTR updates, head over to SNTR Gaming. I might be streaming right now, and if I'm not, be sure to sub here on updates, and I'll see you in the next video. And I'll see the rest of you this morning. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you for being here for the coverage of the Halo Christmas event, or the Halo Infinite Winter Contingency. The Halo Winter event is in full swing, and in my opinion, they are once again missing the mark on just basic expectations from players about how things should be structured with regard to not everybody wants to log in and play your game every day. Like, I hate to break it to you, 343, but that is just not how some people live their lives, especially around the holidays. Around the holiday, people are traveling, people have family coming into town, and they're not going to be able to make sure they log in every single day to get your 10 items. And the items themselves, let's be honest, they're not even that great if we want to look at them. Oh, that's the wrong cap card. Give me a second here. There we go. They're not even that great. I think the armor coatings are cool, but 2 of the items are shoulder pads out of the 10. 1 of the items, so 3 of the items out of the 10 items are just little modifications to your armor, So 7 of the items are cosmetic, and I mean, this is the very last one. I have no idea why this is even in here. It doesn't even look good. I don't understand. So these ones are called Peppermint Laughter, and this one's called Sunset Contessa. I don't even know why that one's there. So the items themselves aren't even that good. I mean, it's not as if you're going to have people that are going to be like super motivated to make sure they get all 10. I wouldn't say that they're bad, but I also wouldn't say that they're exceptional, right? And 1 item a day, I think I get what they're going for. I do. You log in, you play a game, you get an item. I get that. And most people are probably going to be able to bank 10 days of the 14. I don't even know if I want to say most people. Let's ask the chat here. Let's ask the chat. Halo Infinite Winter event. Will you be able to play 10 out of the 14 days? Out of the 14 days. I want you to take this. I want you to, even if you're not playing, I want you to imagine you were a Halo player. Would you be able to play 10 out of the 14 days? Even if you're not a Halo player and you're not playing, you can imagine whether or not you'd be able to block out 10 of the 14 days. So if you're not a Halo player, you can still answer the poll. Would you be able to do that? Would you say, oh, okay, we got 14 days. I can log in 10 of those days to make sure I get all of the items. That's a pretty large percentage of things. There isn't even an event. Yeah, there's not even an event. There's not even like a game mode or something going on, and that's okay. Like, I think these sorts of things can range from the very, very simple to the elaborate. I don't think a winter event has to be that elaborate. I found that the winter event in New World was very good. I'm like not in a position right now to put in play sessions on the stream. Too much is going on, and I'm kind of bummed because I thought the stuff looked cool, and I kind of wanted to get some of the rewards, and it was gonna maybe even help level my character. But I'm not in a position right now where I can play, and I'm bummed and that's appropriate. I think it's appropriate to have a limited time event, and if you can't participate, you feel a sense of kind of sadness about it. You're like, oh man, I wish I could play, and that's okay. Like, if you're going to do a winter event, the winter event can't run till April so that like Lono has enough time to play, but you never want somebody to say, man, I have time to play, but I can't play in the way that the developers want me to play, if that makes sense. I would be able to, but that's just my particular case. I know a lot of people won't be able to. I can't stand the white armors and the ugly color armor coatings. I actually think the white looks nice, but I get everybody's got their own tastes. Only logging in or actually playing. You have to log in and play a game. That's how you get the reward. So you would need to log in 10 days and play 10 games, like 1 game each time. And the games are pretty fast. So it's not an enormous time commitment, but it is something that you'd have to make sure and do. I would have liked some kind of ice-themed helmets like Grunt Birthday Party or Snowflakes. Yeah, there was some guy who clickbaited the frick out of people. He put like Santa hats on the Master Chief. He put Santa hats on the Spartans and like a snowman head, and everybody clicked on his video. He got a ton of views, some small channel. He clickbait the frick out of people. It's like, those aren't even in the game. Like, everybody, I think, probably got excited when they saw what they thought was like actually cool cosmetics, right? Funny stuff, lame items people typically might not even care about but are still upset about the time limitations. I don't think they're that lame. I think that they're fine. Like, if you want to get these skins, like, that's a thing. People like to collect. And so right now, you might look at that skin and be like, yeah, I'll use it for a little bit. You might look at the skin for this gun in particular, and you'd be like, maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. But it's nice to have it. People like to throw cosmetics in their collections and say, oh, yeah, well, you know, let's have everything, because who knows, maybe one day down the line you decide you like this color or whatever, or you think this looks nice, you know, with some new skin that comes out. People like to get all of the cosmetics because you never know when you're gonna like either change your look or your style. And so the goodness and the badness of the cosmetics is not really even worth debating, because everybody's different. It's a matter of, these are items, everybody's going to want to get them so that they have them, so they can be like, yep, I got all that winter stuff, cool, check that box. And it's not designed in a way that the average player can engage with in a healthy way. It's like, you need to log in 10 days out of 14, one game every single day. If you start playing this event and there's 9 days left, you're not getting everything. If you start playing and there's 5 or 6 days left, you're not getting everything. You're just not. You're like, well, I forgot, or I missed out, or I was traveling, or I had folks in town. You know, good morning, Feed. I see you in the chat. I feel like people are blowing out of proportion the Iron Man coatings, but the bundle has far more than just armor cores. It has coatings for weapons and other things with it. What Iron Man coatings? Is there something in the store that people are upset by? I've not. This is the first I've heard of that. Is it in the shop right now? Oh, okay. So it's called Fire and Frost. That is actually very nice looking. Okay. Oh golly. Yeah, that's sick. I would like that. And then, oh, you can put it on that. And then you can put it on that. So you can put it on 3 of the cores. You can put it on Mark 5, the Yoroi, the Mark 7, and then the battle rifle. Ooh, oh, that white and red, boy, they are trying to get me to spend money. I like that color, but that's only for the battle rifle. And then the sniper, and then the bulldog, and then you get a trash removal stance, and then that's nice. Ooh, for the armor as well, for the cars. Okay, I don't really care about this stuff as much. Yeah, this is a nice bundle. So what's the complaint here? People are blowing it out of proportion. The bundle has far more than just armor cores. I actually think this is a better bundle than most of the ones I've seen, because you actually get the Iron Man coating for 3 of the armor cores, right? In general, having these, like, we don't even need to really talk about that bundle in particular. I still think at its core, having an armor coating that only works on a particular armor piece, I just think that's so short-sighted. Just let me set that as my color palette, and then I can go in and individually change armor pieces. The complaint is that it's $20. Complaining about price has never made sense to me, because the determiners of whether or not that price is good or not is how many people buy the dadgum thing. Yeah, it's 3 shaders for 20. Basically, yes. So you get the Iron Man coating for 3 armor sets, and you also get an armor coating for the battle rifle, the sniper, the bulldog, and a stance. And then you get a template, an epic nameplate, and then you get that same emblem for your armor, for a warthog, and for weapon. I'm sorry, no, not a warthog, a vehicle, a weapon, and armor. So you get like this blade tattoo thing, or whatever this is. You can get it's the swords, it looks like. You can get it for your emblem, and then you can get it for your armor. You can get it for a vehicle and a gun. Like, this is actually the most substantive bundle I think I've seen. I'm not defending the idea that, like, you need to have this dadgum armor coating 3 times. I'm not defending that. But I will say that's actually one of the better bundles I have seen. To coat the armor, you spend another 20 or 30 on. No, I mean, the armor coatings that this works on, Eugene, as far as I can tell, this is the free one, is it not, that you can earn? that you could have earned through Tenrai. I didn't do that, but I'm pretty sure this is one of the free ones through Tenrai, and I believe this one and this one. This is the one I have equipped right now. I believe these are free armor. Right there, it says requires the Yoroi and Mark V armor core to equip all armor coatings. So for whatever reason, I don't know why. Oh, it's telling me that maybe because I don't have them yet. I don't know. It's stupid. People need to stop buying them so they stop with all these lucrative prices. Boycotting works. I hate to burst your bubble, Cliff, because I know that feels like it's going to do something. It just simply won't, given the nature of how many people don't go to the forums, Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, or anywhere else to hear the complaints and to just really rally around not buying. I think so many people purchase because they like it and don't care. There's so many of kids of a younger generation that are probably just bam, buy it. They just don't care. The only way these prices drop is if you're right in this way that you're right. What I mean, it's so bad that the natural response is people don't buy it. You see what I'm saying? You can't convince people to see things your way. Like, typically people either already see it that way, they're like, yeah, it's too expensive, or they don't. Like, you're not going to convince them to suddenly be like, yeah, you're right, this is such a ripoff. Most people are not going to do that. They're going to look at it, and in a moment, they're going to decide. They decide in that moment, oh, I got to have that. Oh, it's Iron Man. I need that. I need to have that right this instant. And then it's done. The deal is done, right? You're never going to convince them to not buy if that moment has already happened, if they've already looked at it. Mainly for me, today's topic, the Halo Christmas event, or the Halo Winter event. My issue with the Halo Winter event, or what's it called, the Winter Contingency, I called it the Winter Convergence. That's the new world. Winter Convergence, Winter Contingency. It's like these guys were taking notes from the same speaker or something. It's weird. My issue is that you should not be limiting people so that they have to log in 10 times and play 10 games. I'm okay with 10 games. I'm not okay with people having to log in 10 separate times. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't. Good morning, Noble Beast. Welcome in. Casuals just click things. They're not aware or concerned with these things. Not to mention, Halo multiplayer being free to play would have been pointless if you still needed gold to play it on Xbox. That is another thing that people need to remember, and it's a slight pushback on what Cliff is saying. This is a completely free-to-play game, so having a $20 bundle, take it or leave it, was probably their attitude. Well, we don't care. You didn't pay any money to play the dadgum game, right? I can't wait to drop $20 so I can customize my Spartan to look like everybody else in the lobby. Well, and they update those items pretty regularly. So even this morning, I played a couple of games to test out the winter event. I didn't see anybody with the same skins. Everybody looked different. I had on my like a Pepsi Cola can. I had that on. I saw a red. I saw a green. I saw a gold. I didn't see nobody looked the same. It would line us up at the end every time. Some guy had like green camo. It looked like almost like dirty camo. I didn't see anybody looking the same this morning. What's good, Agent Atwood? The Winter Contingency is a reference to the UNSC's contingencies for Covenant invasions of planets, if I recall. They say it back in Halo Reach. Okay. It's why I uninstalled Magic Arena, because I know if I kept playing, it'd be so easy to buy packs because it's just a button press. Then I can get cards and flashy lights. I almost did it this morning. I was looking at the Halo Battle Pass, and I was like, oh boy, man, getting that premium would be nice. Oh, look at the premium bundle. You guys want to see? I almost did it. Here. Let me show you. It's tempting. It's very, very tempting. So you can buy the premium battle pass for $10, and it unlocks 100 unique rewards worth over 10,000 CR. You'll also be given double XP boosts and challenge swaps to better optimize your gameplay time and unlock an additional challenge slot to help earn progress even faster. But then they have the premium pass bundle, and you get all the great battle pass content plus 100 XP grants, enough for 25 battle pass levels. Jumpstart your customization experience. So That's super tempting, but it's like, man, that's $28. Like, you know what I mean? And you got to think, if they're doing this every season, that turns into quite a bit, you know, turns into quite a bit. And I got number 3. Why is it saying this is premium battle pass required? Oh, so I'm already getting hit with the FOMO or the drive to pay. So I got to level 3 this morning and I got a challenge swap, and then there's this cool thing I can put on the front of my Spartan. I can't. Premium battle pass required. So as you're working your way through, you're going to constantly see things like this that you can't get because you don't have the premium battle pass. So, I mean, I think that's an adequate way to do a battle pass. So my criticisms of the battle pass rise and fall on XP earn rates. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying everything on here is totally free. Come spend $0 and you're going to get stuff to customize your Spartan with. And then to turn around and say, but however, there's some better items in here as well, and if you want to buy the premium battle pass. I have no problem with that at all. I think having a premium track that costs money in a totally free-to-play game is totally fine. I think people forget themselves. They go in and play a brand new free game, and they get angry that there's price tags on anything. It's like, it didn't cost you anything to come in here. You understand that, right? Like, it would be like going to the fair for free. They just let you in, and you can ride all the rides for $0. And then you go to play the games where you can win prizes, and they want to charge you money, and you would be incensed. Like, I can't believe you expect me to pay money for this. And it's like, well, we let you in for free. You can ride all the rides for free. You can literally download Halo multiplayer right now and not spend a dime, and you get stuff, you unlock stuff, you know, and all along the way, you know, they're saying if you would like to spend some money, you can, and it will give you more stuff to earn. I don't have a problem with that. I think the issue is the you know, the earn rate of the XP is the main problem, which again is primarily linked to the fact that they have a battle pass stretched over 6 months. Imori with 4 months of subs. Happy I found this community and channel. Oh, and that coffee. Yeah, we're testing flavors this week for the Select. I'm supposed to try this morning. Hopefully it's not too hot. I don't know yet. Yeah, it's still a little too hot to tell. Sometimes when the coffee's really hot, it's hard to taste it. I'd rather pay $50 or $60 and have plenty of enabled cosmetics on top of a microtransaction store. So you're saying you'd rather just pay the $50 or $60 up front and get a ton of stuff and then have the store as well. I mean, everybody's got their own way of looking at it. If you guys are just tuning in, we're talking about the Halo Christmas event. Why is it time-gated? And I'm asking at the top of the chat, Halo Infinite Winter Event, will you be able to play 10 out of the 14 days? And even if you're not a Halo fan or you're not playing, you can answer that question as if you were. Like, if you were a Halo fan right now, I want you to take the poll at the top of the chat. Would you be able to log in over the next 14 days, 10 out of those 14 days, and play? Because that's what you have to do to get all of the awards in the Halo event. The Halo Infinite Winter Contingency event. Like, that's the name of it. They don't want your $50. They want 10 here and 10 there and 20 there and 15 here. Yeah, it's way better. Exactly. It's way better. It's way, way better for them to have thousands of people doing what you just said, and then instead of a bunch of people giving them $50 or $60 up front, and then everybody kind of holds their wallet and says, well, I gave you $50 or $60. I'm not about to start buying cosmetics. Psychologically speaking, all studies show that when a game is free to play, the microtransactions skyrocket, because here's what happens. Let me break this down for you. When you have spent $0 on the game, like right now, I haven't spent any money on Halo Infinite. I don't have the premium pass, and I haven't bought anything in the store, okay? Right now, it'd be really easy, and I almost did it this morning. I was like, well, I mean, ordinarily, this would be a $60 game, and, you know, I can spend $28. I'll spend $28 on your premium battle pass. Well, now they've got me, because the next time they roll one out, I'm going to be more inclined to do it again. Or I go to the store and I see that Iron Man bundle and I think, man, oh man, I like that. I think I'm going to buy that. I've not spent any money on the game. No skin off my nose, $20. I spent $20 on the premium battle pass. I've still only spent about $48. The more you do that, the more comfortable you become, and the more you've been sort of boiled in the water to think, yeah, it's not a big deal. It's been a couple of months. I'll spend another $20 or $30 on cosmetics. And here's the thing. I think that's totally fine. I think it's totally fine if you're enjoying your time and you're enjoying the game. It's totally fine for you to every couple of months or every other month throw $20 or $30 at the game that is giving you an enjoyable hobby. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think companies have said, this is a great way to monetize. The more comfortable people become spending small amounts of money, the more money that we make, right? I'm seeing too many things that concern me. Well, certainly, the Halo Christmas event, in my opinion, is once again being structured by somebody who is more concerned with daily logins than doing something that's good for the community, right? Like, whoever this person is, whatever they're in charge of, they need to be course corrected. Somebody in a high-ranking position needs to knock this off. Like, listen, we're not doing this anymore. This whole thing where the veil's been ripped off, okay? Everybody can tell that we are primarily concerned with daily logins, and it's becoming disruptive to player enjoyment. Just stop it, and let's start creating things that are structured around what could be good for the community. You just did a live stream where you apologized and said, listen, the next Tenrai event won't be structured in this way. We are sorry how those assets went out and people felt misled. In the future, these events will have less XP boosts and challenge swaps. It'll have more really good-looking earnable content. You say all that. Sounds great. You're meeting the community where they are. The community complained about the threat detector versus radar, so you went with classic Halo radar. The community complained about the XP earn rate on the battle pass, and so you said, okay, we're going to give you more XP. Still not enough in my opinion, but that has more to do with the length of the battle pass than anything. Then you come out with this winter event, and here we are yet again where I can rip the veil off and say it is so crystal clear that you are more concerned with getting people to log in every day than designing a good event. And that's not going to go very long for lots of people. They're just going to get sick of it, right? Reasons number 692 that I'm happy to stick with single-player games. Well, yeah, certainly a paid-for single-player game is a lot more of a clear value transmission than, playing a free multiplayer game. They're concerned with daily logins because of the player-based numbers. It forces players back. $20 gives me content for 2 more battle passes, so I find the store just an offense to my money, worth even within the game. I don't understand that statement. $20 gives me content for 2 more battle passes, so I find the store just an offense. I don't understand the first part of your statement. 1,000 people that log in daily for the event, maybe 10% decide to visit the store. Of course, they're concerned with daily logins. Success is based around selling microtransactions. But here's the thing. I will sign an NDA, and I will help you come up with ways to get daily logins because you're mucking this up, right? There are far better ways to get people to log in daily. Far better ways, okay? You create a base level experience and progression arc, and you create a base level earn rate of items in your winter event, and that's just your foundation, okay? Once you establish a foundation and the community feels like they can trust you and they don't feel like you're manipulating them, that's when you can start to add in the spiffs and the bonuses and the cool stuff for logging in every day. Hey, every time you log in, you're going to get an XP bonus for your first 3 games. And so it's like, oh man, I got to log in and get that bonus. Now, people won't feel that this is manipulative if the base level earn rate of XP and progression is healthy. If people feel like you've squeezed the lever-loving snot out of them and they're like, well, the only really good way to level up is to log in every day and play 3 games, it's going to backfire, okay? There are ways to get people to log in and feel a sense of excitement and empowerment. I think that Splitgate does a really good job of this. You log in every day, and there is like a currency bonus. Bing, you get a little thing, right? And if you miss a day, you lose your streak, right? You get a streak bonus. If you log in like 7 days a week, you get like a bonus, okay? And that's not going to make anybody feel like, oh my gosh, they're just manipulating me into logging in every day. It's like, no, this is a bonus that I can log in and get. I don't have to. I don't need to, but it's a bonus. It's a nice bonus. It makes me feel good. There are better ways to get daily logins, because what you're doing, the veil's been ripped off. Nobody's like shy about it now. Thank you for ordering some coffee. Who said they order coffee? Red Demon Eyes ordered 2 bags of Frickmas. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very, very much. Look at Genshin. They have decent login rewards, in-game currency, level up mats, XP, etc. I think that could help. Right. And that's the thing, is that what they have done is the daily login doesn't feel like a choice or like a victory. It feels like a requirement. Like you're like punching your card for the day. Gotta log in and play a game or I won't get all these winter events, rewards. Gotta log in and play 4 or 5 games or my XP earn rate will be, less economical for the week. I gotta log in for the day. Gotta log in for the day. The problem with that is that has depreciating returns, because eventually people feel as if they're being like coerced into playing passively, and then they'll fall out of love with the game because they're not logging in from a desire. They're logging in from what feels sort of like a requirement. It's not like a compulsion or a desire like, oh man, I can't wait to play this weekend, dude. I'm so close to leveling up the battle pass, and there's these cool things they're doing. There's this winter event. I'm going to get some of the winter event rewards. Bro, I'm going to put in like a 6-hour play session. No one's saying that. Everyone's saying, oh, I got you. You have to log in every single day. And that creates contempt. That creates contempt because you don't feel like you're making the decision. You don't. You don't feel like, yeah, this is my choice. I'm choosing to do this. No, you feel like it's a requirement. You feel like it's dadgum homework, or like you got to be there and like they're taking attendance. Like, settle in class for Halo Infinite. Is everybody here? They're taking attendance, and you're like, yeah, I'm here. Whew, I almost didn't make it, before midnight. In Warframe, your daily login gets better the more days you do it. No streak, but good rewards every 50 days, and they scale based off of your account level and day number. Right, Splitgate does the streak thing, and so it sounds like Warframe does it in a different way. I was very tempted to try Genshin, and then I watched a Facebook friend play it a few times. Cutie Pie Sexy Girls is just not my jam. Never mind the grinding I saw him doing. Oh, it's a grind, and the grind gets worse because they want to pit your investment against you, so then you part with your money because you feel the sunk cost fallacy corrupts your brain. You're like, well, I've already put this much time in, and now they're slowing down my progression, so I'll spend money so I can keep progressing. Ugh. That is just so sinister the way those games work. Gacha games do not make money from volitional willing choice. You feel compelled by your own sunk cost into the game. It is sinister as frick. It is sinister, and it's you don't have to play as a cutie, like barely dressed, girl or whatever. Those games drive me crazy for that too a little bit. Like I see some of the artwork for Lost Ark, and I'm like, really, we're still dealing in these cliches. Like the guys have armor that looks like they're wearing a transformer made from skulls and bones, and like the woman's running around, bouncing around all over the place. She's wearing like a nightgown. It's like, what the frick is this? I know people like it. I think it's so cliche. It's painful. It's like it's awkward. It's like, we're still doing this? Okay. We're still doing this. All right. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about the Halo Christmas event and why is it time-gated. Take the poll at the top of the chat. Even if you're not a fan of Halo, I want to know, would you be able to play 10 out of the 14 days of the event? 10 out of the 14 days. You've got to log in and play at least one game, or you will not get all of the rewards. So I'm curious if people are able to do that. Have you met the people they're marketing to? Well, that's the thing. The Lost Ark, I mean, really? Is that who you're marketing to? You know what I mean? It's interesting to me because we always act like, oh, that's why they do it, that's why they do it. And I'm like, I don't know, man. All of the teenagers out there are playing games like Fortnite, Apex, and Call of Duty. They're not marketing those games with biddies. So, you know, is Lost Ark really hitting a demographic where that's necessary? I don't understand. I get it. You know, red-blooded men are like, huh, like, I know she's animated, but dadgummit, you know, I'm gonna buy that character skin, or I'm gonna get that armor set. I understand. I'm a man after all, but I think it gets so freaking cliche. It's like, don't you understand what they're doing? Don't you see the absurdity of it? No? Okay, cool. Enjoy playing and staring at her butt, I guess. I'm tier 100. I beat the campaign on Legendary. What's left for me? Waiting 10 days for free stuff? I got Onyx rank on both crossplay and solo. What's left? Homie, you're asking what's left of a game you probably spent $0 on. I don't understand. So you beat the campaign on Legendary, which means, did you play it twice or once? You got to tier 100 in multiplayer, which is, I mean, that's absurd. That means you basically have played every dadgum day since the game came out. You got Onyx rank on both crossplay and solo duo. What's left? What's left is to go touch grass. That's what's left. Holy frick, bro. Like, seriously, I'm not trying to be mean. Go do something else. This game didn't cost you anything. I mean, like Game Pass maybe. So if you have Game Pass, which you were probably already paying for, you spent nothing. You spent no money. Do something else. Make some toast and watch a TV show. I don't know. Like, my word. The idea that a game like this owes you more than you've gotten is just insane to me. Like, look how much you've played. Seriously, I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to be mean. Look how much you've played. Do you see yourself? Do you? Because it seems like you don't see yourself. You have played a ridiculous amount of a video game and you feel incensed, angry, or frustrated at the fact that there's nothing left? I don't understand. Like, did you enjoy it, or did you play it purely out of some weird compulsion to feel done? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I'm being genuine right now. I am not trying to smack you around. Like, did you play this game for the enjoyment? Did you enjoy the journey, or were you playing purely for compulsion, like a person with an eating addiction who doesn't care what the food tastes like? They merely must be eating, right? You need to consider that. Everybody needs to consider that. Why are you playing the game in that way? What vacancy in your life are you trying to fill? That is so many hours of a video game. And if you enjoyed yourself, I'm going to cheer you on and say, great, it's a great hobby, isn't it? We live in such an amazing time that you can push a couple of buttons on a controller and you have this game that gives you hundreds of hours of entertainment. Isn't it a wonderful thing to be in form? Isn't it a cause for jubilation to exist right now? You know, great, good for you. But if you're playing out of some dadgum compulsion where you can't stop and you get to the end of the road and you turn ravenously with anger in your heart and you say, well, where's the rest of this? I say to you, you need to consider how you're playing. You need to consider that. That's getting a little serious and a little deep, but I mean it. So that's a rabbit trail, but honestly, the games are meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to bring you joy and happiness. It's not meant to be something that you shackle yourself to and get drowned by. I don't know. I don't. I hope you don't feel like you've been picked on. I really don't. I just kind of railed on you a little bit. I hope you don't feel picked on. I hope you enjoyed all those hours that you played. I do. But that's a lot of game time. That is. What you typed in chat, if it is indeed accurate, that's a lot of game time. And I hope it was good. I hope you had a fun time. I played this morning and was having fun. I think the core gameplay in Halo Infinite is so good. I do. It's enjoyable. I didn't even have the dadgum sound on. I was like, this game is just good. There's something here. I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. I was never a Halo guy. I was a Unreal Tournament, Quake 3, Call of Duty guy. I always felt Halo was a little too slow, and there's just something enjoyable about it. It's so hard to put my finger on it. And that's one of the reasons why I get a little amped here. I'm like, okay, HCS just peaked at 250,000 viewers, concurrent. That's great. With good response to, HCS, and the esports scene has massive potential, okay? And then I see people enjoying the game, and then I see somebody somewhere, some dum-dum somewhere in a room is like, whatever we have to do to get them to log in. Get that guy out of that position. Like, you don't got to fire him, just... I don't know, have him go sweep some floors in the office or something and distract him so you can stop this nonsense of like every time you put something in the game, it's just laden with this crap. Now, I will make an allowance here, and the allowance I will make is this winter contingency event, this Halo Christmas event, it was already built months ago. It was built 2 months ago. And that guy and that philosophy is just baked right into it, okay? And if over the course of the next year, they slowly get that out of the game and they slowly, pull that theme out, like, okay, we're going to give you daily reasons to log in, but it's not going to quite feel as bad as it did at vanilla at launch. Like, we're going to get that out of here. The only way that's going to happen is at a leadership level, somebody's got to say, this is not working. It's going to be counterproductive. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be counterproductive because people are going to get tired of feeling compelled to play. Mike on to Mike. My man, dude. I remember saying your name. I miss saying that name. Mike on to Mike. Thank you for the $5 tip. He says, good morning. Have you seen the Steam numbers? Are they good? Let me check. Obviously, the lion's share of this game is going to be on console, so I'm not going to put a whole lot of stock in the Steam charts. 75,000 24-hour peak, and it looks like they're consistently landing in the 70 to 80,000 peaks every day. Yeah, it's like 74, 80, 69,000, 72, 74,000. I don't know. Something isn't working when you have people praising the gameplay and the numbers don't seem to be there. But I wouldn't expect this game to pull that much on Steam. The Steam doesn't concern me at all, Eugene. It really, truly doesn't. I'm never going to put a single ounce of stock in the Steam numbers. I'm not. It doesn't mean anything because this game lives and breathes on the Xbox. If we could pull up the Xbox player base numbers, we could have a really, really good conversation about, like, how's this game doing, I wish we could see that, right? It was 100,000 2 weeks ago. So it's not dropped that much. Are you making an argument for the game's health, Eugene? If 2 weeks ago it was at 100,000 peaks and it's only dropped to peaks of 75,000, that's not that big of a loss. My gosh, New World had bigger drops than that after 2 weeks. On their peaks, holy moly. They went from 700,000 peaks to like 400-something thousand peaks after 2 weeks? It was quick. And that makes sense. You're not going to maintain that fever pitch week one. I'm not saying anything that's like indicative of them dropping. 25%. Oh, come on, but you're cherry picking a statistic, Eugene. They didn't have that much to play to begin with, which is proof of what I'm saying. We finally have Halo. Halo is finally here, and it's only garnering 100,000 player peaks on Steam. You're arguing for me. You're arguing for my side here. There's no way this game has pull on Steam and PC. No way. And those numbers prove that. We've waited all this time for Halo, and it finally gets here, and Steam barely touched it. I think their all-time peak was 250,000. 2 weeks since the release date? Well, I don't know, because the beta launched early, didn't it? Didn't the Halo Infinite beta launched early? I think that's a fool's errand. I think looking at the Steam charts for Halo is a fool's errand. You're not proving anything. I'm not even a Halo fanboy. I'm wailing on this game for certain things. I've been very critical, but I'm not going to sit here and buy into a narrative that, like, the game's in trouble because Steam didn't get behind it. Nah, frick. The mouse and keyboard doesn't even feel good, according to a lot of the PC players. There's, there's just no, I don't think that's the appropriate way to look at this. Not by a long shot. No. I think if we could see the Xbox numbers, we could have an actual good conversation about what the player base numbers looked like. Because I'm here to tell you, I bet you 75% of the players play on Xbox and don't touch the PC. Why hasn't Microsoft praised the numbers like they did Forza? I don't know, Eugene. I don't know. Where did they praise the numbers for Microsoft? I'm sorry. Where did they praise the numbers for Forza? Did they do that, or did Forza do that? Right? I don't know. I am not sitting here pretending that this game is in great shape and worthy of utter praise to the ends of the earth, but I ain't gonna look at no dadgum Steam charts and draw conclusions. 25% could have been the campaign-only players. I'm fairly certain the Steam charts I looked at was for the... oh, no, it's for Halo Infinite. Yeah. No, that's a well-made point. I mean, there's a lot of people that logged in probably that first week, checked out that, they checked out the... They checked out the campaign. Also, can't you install this game on your PC through the store? Through, like, the Xbox store if you have Game Pass? So that fragments the PC player base, does it not? Can I get clarity on that, Paul? Can you do that? Can I go on my computer right now and go into the Microsoft Store and install Halo through there instead of Steam? Is that indeed possible? Because if that's possible, that totally corrupts the Steam numbers. Because that means that you could have a ton of people. I played it on Xbox Game Pass on PC. There you go. See, the Steam numbers prove nothing. They prove nothing. There is literally people playing on PC right now who aren't hitting the Steam numbers. That is super fragmented. That there is, I am not telling you that the player base is healthy. I'm actually sitting here saying they're doing a lot of things to drive people away. I'm saying that. So you could be right. You could be right, and the numbers could be in bad shape, and the Steam numbers could be a slight indication of that. Well, the player peaks were hitting 100,000 2 weeks ago. Now the player peaks are only hitting, between 75 and 80,000. That's a 20 to 25% reduction in the peaks. That could be indicative of what the other platforms are doing. Maybe Xbox has seen, a 10% reduction in player peaks. Is that concerning? Isn't that kind of normal? How quickly do we see numbers drop? I don't know. Look at how fast it happens in Destiny. And my gosh, talk about a game that won't quit. How fast do the Destiny numbers fall? 1 week into a season or a DLC, you usually see the player peaks just plummet. Why? Everybody's super hot and interested the first week. People play a disproportionate amount of time, and then they dial down and play less. And everyone, oh, look at the numbers. They drop so fast. And we've said for years of covering Destiny, that's normal. That's normal. The first week's going to be this crazy heightened thing. Like, watch Witch Queen. Week 1, it'll hit insane numbers. And week 2, it'll drop. Why? Because that's normal. You're never going to maintain those first couple of weeks. The first week or two? No way. You're never going to maintain that. Because everybody's taking time off work. Everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants to be there moment one. Nobody wants to miss out. Everybody wants to be there first. Yeah, he's not hating. You guys need to relax. Halo guys need to relax. I think at this moment in time, you could make a case, right? You could make a case that they are driving players away with some of their decision-making, right? You could make that case. You could then point at the Steam numbers and say, I don't know. Seems like people are disengaging from the game. Right, when you worry. I think a case of extreme worry would be the Battlefield 2042 Steam numbers. They had an all-time player peak of 100,000, and in the last 24 hours, their player peak was 18,000. Now that is worrisome, especially for a game like that probably had, a lot of people looking forward to playing it on PC. Again, Battlefield could have a larger console presence, but when you drop from 100,000 peaks to 18,000. Something's going on. That is a plummet. That's a plummet. Look at patterns for other games. Articles coming out praising player-based numbers and silence from 343. It depends. It depends. Maybe that's not something that they're focused on right now. I don't know. I got the impression from that stream that they did that they are all hands on deck. Look at what they did. What was it? It was last week. They already put out a Halo Infinite game modes update. Halo Infinite SWAT in the game. Bam. That fast. It was supposed to be here like 5 or 6 months later. You know? It's very possible that they are heads down, all hands on deck, and talking about player-based numbers, it really isn't in their purview right now. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just saying the impression that I get is that, like, you know, Forza wasn't having to immediately add, patch, and update things in their game, like the XP earn rate. They were doing stuff within a couple of days, right? And then when the actual official game launches, everybody's irritated. They're like, where is Slayer? Where is SWAT? Well, that's coming 5-6 months later. And then a week later, they're like, no, we've got it ready for you. Oh, okay. Wow. That's cool. Like, that's fast. By the way, if you're here this morning and you're enjoying the show, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button. Let's smash those likes, man. Let's get some momentum on those likes. Let's hit 200 likes. There's probably a lot of people here who haven't hit the thumbs up button yet. I'm a safe for work broadcaster. You can subscribe in confidence. We want to earn your sub. I'll be in your sub feed all week doing talk shows like this about a bunch of different games. Halo is one of the games we've been consistently covering along with New World. I've got a Star Wars The Old Republic topic for you later today. We got some theories about that game. Hopefully you're here for it this afternoon. I actually stopped playing the campaign on PC, waiting for better optimization. I saw people saying that. 343 doesn't need to speak. They had 200,000 viewers for their first event. The HCS peaked at 260,000 viewers. I believe we have a video going up today about that, I think, on Presents. I'm not sure what else we might have going up. I've recorded videos in advance. I hope you guys are enjoying those videos over there. The Neymar video didn't do very well, but the Jake leaving the esports desk, that one did really well, and we appreciate you guys supporting it. We do indeed. Okay. I have Game Pass, but I won't play until campaign co-op. Oh, Adam, I hear that. I totally hear that. I would have probably enjoyed playing through the campaign with my wife. Like, we like playing games like that. We like playing shooters together. Forza Horizon has a broader appeal than Halo. Like it or not, everyone likes to drive. Yeah, comparing Forza Horizon bragging about their player numbers to Halo not bragging about their player-based numbers, you're talking about, you know, Forza is globally beloved. Halo is not as much. Fortnite tried to name our hype and it died off quickly. What's the sport channel? So we have a larger channel than this with about 47,000 subscribers, and that channel right now is focusing heavily on industry news about, you know, YouTube, the Purple platform, and Facebook, and also esports stuff. So it's shifting a little bit. It's still going to hover in the gaming world. We tried talking about like cultural stuff or entertainment stuff. It just didn't go all that well. The videos that seem to do the best over there and that I like talking about and that you guys and people seem to be enjoying is commentary on the industry, whether it's stuff that, you know, Purple or Facebook's doing, or you know Jake Lucky leaving the esports desk, like that kind of stuff, esports news. So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about the Halo Christmas event. I want to hear from you with that poll at the top of the chat. Plenty of people have taken that poll. Halo Infinite Winter Event. Will you be able to play 10 out of the 14 days? Even if you're not a Halo fan, you can take the poll. Just imagine you were a Halo player. Over the next 14 days, could you play 10 of those days? Log in each day and play one game. That's what's required for this event. Forza Horizon on Steam had an all-time peak of 80,000 players and a 24-hour peak lately of 15. Yeah, I think that's really important, Eugene, given the questions you were asking. Oh my gosh, I've been muted in Discord this entire time. I'm sorry, Paul. You were probably having to listen to YouTube. Yeah. As amazing as Forza apparently did, as amazing as Forza apparently did, they only garnered 80,000 all-time peak on Steam, and then 15,000 on the last 24 hours. Do you see, Eugene? Do you see? You just said Xbox is predominantly North American. Okay, think about what we just proved then with the Forza Steam numbers. If Forza's bragging about their player base numbers, look at their numbers on Steam. No, those numbers that they're talking about, that ain't on Steam. Their all-time record's 80,000. And then their last 24 hours is only 15,000 people. I'll be honest with you. When companies brag about player numbers and player engagement, I'm always a little curious why they're doing that. Are they trying to create an image? Are they trying to trick people? Are they trying to make shareholders feel good? Forza wasn't free to play on Steam, sure, but again, that shows, like, if you wanted to play the Halo Infinite campaign, it wasn't free on Steam. I don't know. I think that it's the biggest launch in Xbox history, over 10 million players, and only 80,000 peak on Steam. Come on. Halo Infinite multiplayer being free on Xbox, I'm telling you right now, there I bet you they have tons of people buying it. I'm sorry, downloading it and playing every day. I wish they would talk about the player base numbers. I'm actually interested. Or Eugene's right. They're afraid to talk about the player base numbers because maybe they're not that good. If you're new and you've hit subscribe today, we want to hear from you. I always love interacting with new folks in the chat. I'm looking to see if any of the new subs said anything. Let us see. No, I don't think so. Okay. I don't want to call you out if you're a new sub. You're welcome to listen and lurk. Most of the people that engage with this content treat it like video game radio. They just throw me on in the background. Most games have that first week peak, and they'll never hit it again. Destiny, Division, Battlefield, New World, Halo. No, yeah, I agree. I think this is a common misconception now, is that people look at the player base number charts, like for Halo Infinite, and they immediately jump to conclusions, right? You're forgetting that people play on Xbox predominantly. You're forgetting that people can even play on their PC and not use Steam. They can use the Xbox Store. You're forgetting that the peaks of the first week are never going to be maintained. It's just not possible. I think one of the only games that slowly beat its number every week would have been Fortnite. And even then, when they're on that rise hits a peak and then settles into a rhythm after, right? So even with Fortnite, it's like, well, that's just so anomalous to have a game just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Usually a planned, announced, released game like Halo Infinite, you're not going to have that. You're going to have that first punch of the week, bam, everybody logs in and plays, and then it'll trickle down from there every single time. Every time a game like Destiny releases a DLC, that's what they're going to do. You're going to see this marketing push, this hype, this week one, day one insanity, and then it'll never get there again. It just won't. It'll all come back down over the course of the next 3 months or however long the season lasts. So the Halo Christmas event, I think with the Halo Infinite Winter event, the reason that they have it designed the way they have it designed is because they want everybody logging in over the winter, the Christmas holiday section of the year, just flooding the games so that more people play. Hey man, you gotta come play, dude. Well, what are you doing? Well, I want to play my new game I just got for Christmas. Oh no, man, Halo Infinite multiplayer is free. I'm logging in every day and playing. Like, I think that's the idea. Is if everybody's logging in every day and playing, it'll sort of spread. Because Halo Infinite multiplayer, it's good, but you're going to have to kind of get your friends to come play with you in order for it to really be great. I do. I think most people enjoy this game or these types of games if they can get their buddies to join in and play with them. Generally speaking, not all the time. Lots of people just are going to log in and solo slay out, and they don't care about anything else. But I think in a general way, the Halo Christmas event, the goal behind it is to get people just logging in every single day. And that's my criticism, right? That's my criticism. Are you playing 10 out of the 14 days? I probably can. I probably can log in each morning and make sure I get everything. Sure, before I boot up the stream, I can log in and play a game. Yeah, no problem. But that's not indicative of the player base, right? The actual player base who's booting up and enjoying Halo Infinite gameplay every day or once a week, they're not playing in that way. This is exactly the criticism I made of the XP changes. Like, I've said this so many times. If you play 20 games over the course of 5 days, you play 4 games a day, all right? You play four games a day. We should do the math. I want to add this up and show you the difference so that we can get a very, very good picture. Halo Infinite challenges update. Where's those numbers? If Paul maybe can get those numbers for me. Where are those numbers? How much you earn each game, right? How much you earn each game? It's like, it's 300, then 250, 250, then 100, 100. Is that how it goes? I just want to know how much I would get XP wise if I played, 4 games. What do I get? Is it 300 and then 22? Thank you very much, Paul. There it is. So if I play 4 games a day, I'm gonna get 400. I'm gonna get 700, 800. All right, I'm getting 800 every single day. All right. So you take 800 XP and you multiply that by the 5 days, okay? So you're getting 4,000 XP. That's 4 levels. It's 1,000 XP for every level, okay? That's 4,000, all right? Now let's add up how much I get if I do the 20 games all in one day, okay? So it would be 500, 700, 800, 900, 1,050. That's up to 7, so 1,050. So that means you would need 13 more games at 50 XP. 13 more games at 50, which is 650. On top of, what did I say, 1,050? 650 plus 1,050 is 1,700. You get more than double my XP. You get more than double. You get 4,000. You get 4 levels. I don't even get 2. I get 1,700 XP. I don't even get 2 levels, and you get 4. We played the same amount of games. If you do 20 games, 4 a day, across the 5-day work week, you get home from work every night, and you do 4 games, and you shut down, you're going to get 4,000 XP for that week. If I do 20 games, the same number of games you do, on a Saturday, I get 1,700. I don't even get 2 levels. I get less than half of what you got, and we played the same amount of time. Same amount of games. That is not a good system. Then take into account how they've structured the Halo Christmas event. Similar idea, right? You play 10 games, 10 days, 10 games out of the 14 days, and you get every single thing on the Battle Pass. I log in, and there's like 6 days left. And I logged 10 games. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can only get 6 items now because there's only 6 days left. You missed out. What? Why would you do that? Why couldn't I bank all the missing items? So if I slam out 10 games right now, I'm going to get 5 or 6 items. And then I have 5 days left. I honestly think when you get down to the final 5 days, you should just remove it and let people get as many as they want. Because if there's 5 days left, and you can only play 2 of those days, what's the problem if you just let me earn everything? I have to log in the remaining days? If there's 5 items left on your pass, and there's 5 days left in this event, you're screwed if you can't play every single one of those days. You're not getting everything. You should never, the systems of a game should never be pitted against the player's experience. Does that make sense? Like, you're creating systems that are anti-player. This isn't pro-player. This is pro-engagement. Pro-player would say, we want our players to get all these dope items. My gosh, we designed them for a reason. That's pro-player. All right, well, when we get to the final stretch of this event, the final 7 days, there's 14 days, okay? When we get to the final 7 days, we're going to remove the daily restriction. You can get as many items as you want. Just play, okay? That's pro-player. pro-engagement would say, well, no, we're still going to require you to only get one item a day. So, sorry about that. You didn't get everything. And if you're so hard going to pro-engagement systems, I'm telling you, this folds in on itself. Eventually, players get tired of it because they don't feel respected and they don't feel like the game is made for them. Do you ever go and try on a pair of shoes? What's the first thing you do? What do? You don't try them on and hold your feet up and kick them back and forth and tilt them side to side in the mirror. No, you walk around in them. Why? Because you want to make sure they fit. You're like, okay, I want to make sure these shoes fit. And so you walk back and forth. And if they feel like they're made for your feet, you buy them. If they're clunky and they're utilitarian and they're not very comfortable, you're not going to buy them. Why? You're going to say, well, this isn't made for my feet. How long are you going to play a game that doesn't feel like it's made for you? Well, I can only play on Friday and Saturday and I don't get any XP. This game's not made for me. It's not built around my engagement style. Oh, there's a cool winter event, 14-day Halo Christmas event. What do I got to do? You got to log in 10 out of the 14 days or you're not getting everything. Well, that doesn't work. That doesn't fit on my feet. That's not how I live my life. How long will you continue to play a game that feels like a clunky, uncomfortable pair of shoes? Because you're like, well, this isn't made for me. This is made for somebody else. This is made for the nightly login player who has that great life where they can kick back every night, crack open a beer, and slam out 6 or 7 games, and that's good for them. It's not good for me. Honestly, I buy shoes for looks, not how they fit my feet. Well, I mean, Citrus, as long as you're aware of your vanity, own it, you're vain, that's okay. The rest of us might not be as vain as you. We're all vain in our own ways, right? We all have our things that we will endure purely because it looks nice. I'll wear a jacket that I think looks nice as opposed to wearing a puffy winter coat because my vanity overrides the decision, right? I'd rather look nice. I'd rather look stylish and be a little cold than wear some big ugly puffy winter coat. I'd be warmer in the winter coat, but my vanity is ruling right now, All I'm saying is that that's how people interact with games. Eventually, you feel like the game is grating against you. You're not folding into the game and enjoying yourself. You feel like the game is pushing against what you want to do. It's, you know what I mean? You weirdos wear shoes too. Yeah, we do. Fashion over function. I know. All right, Creature, I'm drinking number 2 today. It's good. It's smooth. Madam and I both agreed that yesterday just wasn't bad, but it wasn't memorable. Neither of us even realized we were drinking a different kind of coffee. It was just oh, it's coffee. It wasn't that it was bad, it just wasn't memorable. A case could be made that the event is only there for players who are available. Okay, Robert, this is a common pushback. So your pushback is one that I hear often. People say, well, it's totally fine to have an event like this if you want the items, log in and play. Or they'll say it another way. They'll say, well, if you make it to where you can get all of the items, people will play a bunch day one and then they'll quit. Or if you make it to where they can get all the items at the end, well, then they'll just wait and play at the end. That's, first and foremost, that's just stupid. Nobody is going to look at an event structure and say, oh, I can wait until the end and get all the awards. That's fine. I won't touch the game for 9 days or 10 days or whatever. Now, I think Robert's pushback is more intelligent because it's look, man, if you want the stuff, it's here for people that can play. Okay, well, I mean, that's more intelligent than what other people say. They're like, well, if you make it to where they can get all the items halfway through the event, then nobody will play until the event's half over. Have you ever met a video gamer? Have you ever met a gamer ever? Nobody does that. Nobody's like, well, I was going to play today, but I'll get more rewards if I wait. No, they want the stuff as soon as they possibly can. You know what I mean? Paul says it doesn't cost you anything, so you don't lose anything. Okay, we got 2 points on the table that are at least intelligent, because a lot of times people push back on what I'm saying with regard to these events, and they say things that are just ridiculous. But you guys are making intelligent points. I want to deal with Robert's point first. Robert's saying A case could be made. The event's here for the players who are available. Okay, well-made point. Here's my pushback. A limited time event already has, in my mind, enough FOMO, fear of missing out. It already has enough intrinsic and natural FOMO that you don't need to apply anymore. Because it's 14 days. Maybe you're out of town for 7 of them. Maybe you're working for 11 of them, okay? So it's already putting pressure on you like, okay, there's a limited amount of time for me to get these things. So if it's prioritized to me, I'll set aside time to do it, okay? Here is why the current system breaks down. Because when somebody looks at the event and makes that assessment and says, this is a priority, the Halo Christmas event, this Halo Infinite Winter event, there's a priority for me, I'm going to find time to play, and then they realize it's structured in a way that doesn't work for them. It's not that they're not available. It's not that they don't care. It's that the game has created arbitrary hurdles so that they can't get all the awards. Okay, that's my pushback and my criticism. I think my pushback and criticism is pretty good. I thought your point was good. I think my pushback's better, to be fair. And I know you were playing devil's advocate, which makes for great discussion, so thank you. Now I want to get to Paul's point. Paul says, you didn't spend any money, right? You didn't spend any money, so it doesn't matter. You're not missing out on anything. The crux of my argument has nothing to do with monetary loss. It has everything to do with engagement. If they are trying to structure this event to get people to log in every day, it's clear that 343 has a priority of we want people logging in every day and engaging. Look at how they structured the XP adjustments and tell me with a straight face that they're not doing everything they can to get you to log in every single day. That's the goal. The structures are not built for the player, they're built for engagement, and I find that to be bad. I don't think that that's good, and here's why. I think everybody loses in this exchange. Number one, I think you lose because player morale and player frustration is more likely when people feel that the game isn't built for them. I think that can and will drive engagement down. So it's at another level, it's counterproductive. If you do this for a month and every time somebody boots the game up, they're like, I just feel like every time I boot this game up, it's telling me to stop playing. Play once and get your winter award. Now go away. Play 4 or 5 games and get your XP. Now go away. Every time I boot this game up, I feel like it's telling me to stop playing. You know what people are going to do? They're going to stop playing. So it has nothing to do with like whining or feeling entitled. If you want the game to be successful, then they should be setting up systems and rules and XP earn rates and all of this. It should be set up in a way to promote a variety of engagements so players can play as they are. If you're trying to assimilate everybody into a daily player, I got news for you. That's a bad idea. Most games do dailies and weeklies, but they're not a requirement for enjoyment. Like, the bounties in Destiny are an example. When bounties became central, what'd they do? Well, they made them less central because it was like everybody felt this compulsion, like, oh, the only way to make progress is to live in a lost sector and do bounties, right? And people did repeatables. Well, repeatables were a great answer for people that were like, well, I can only really play on Friday and Saturday, so I didn't get all the dailies throughout the week. No worries. You still got your weeklies, and then you've got repeatables that you can just keep doing. That's meeting the player where they are. And listen, that's a good system because they can do that on Friday and Saturday, and then the rest of the week, people that can bank those dailies every day, they get a little extra, and they feel good about that little extra. They're checking that box every day, and that feels satisfying for them. Both players feel good at the end of the week, and that's your goal as a game developer, is you want players to put the controller down with a feeling of satisfaction so that they come back. Again, if players are setting the controller down because you're basically telling them to, well, I'm only getting 50 XP now. Well, I got my daily winter event reward. If every time in their brain, track with me here, at a psychological level, every time they put that controller down, they feel like you told them to, that's not a healthy relationship. They should be putting the controller down because because life dictates it. It should be it should be something that they don't want to do. Oh, I gotta go to work. Oh my gosh, I wasn't watching the time. Holy moly. One more game. Come on. Where are we dropping, boys? That's what you want. You're not going to get that if every time somebody puts a controller down, they feel like the dadgum game is telling them, well, time's up, Charlie. No XP for you. Like, it's time to take a break. If you want to have fun, then just play and don't worry about leveling up. I love just playing Halo. That's great. I'm here to tell you, Paul, that you are not every single player. Lots of people don't think that way. They want to get XP. They want to progress. They want to unlock stuff. They don't play just for the sake of playing. My gosh, we haven't played just for the sake of playing since Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You rank up. You prestige. You reset. You rank up. You unlock emblems in Modern Warfare 2. This has been going on for over a decade. We don't play games just to play them anymore. We want to feel a sense of investment. The reason that more games are implementing RPG elements and levels and battle passes is because it tethers you to the game. You got to come back. Why? Well, you're level 17 in the Crystal Castle, and I go back and play tomorrow and break more blocks and little flashy things happen. Well, then I'll be level 18. Who the frick cares? You're playing Quasi Cupcakes. Doesn't matter. You feel a sense of progression. It tethers you to the game. I don't feel any sense of progression in like a board game, for example. Why? Because you play the board game and then that's it, and then you put it down. I don't come back to the board game the next time I play it and I'm like, well, now I'm a level 5, Settlers of Catan player. I want to play again and level up. No. You played it and that's the end of it. You got your fun out of it. If you treat video games in that way, bully for you. But the average person, if that's how they treat the video game, they're less likely to come back because it's easily put down and forgotten. They're not invested. They're not tethered to it. They're treating it like a board game. Yeah, I play on Friday night with my friends sometimes. It's pretty fun. Yeah. But when you're a level 19 and you're about to be a level 20 and you're going to get like this diamond sword or something, like that's when you want it. Oh, I'm so close. Yeah, dude. My character, my stuff. I do all of that and I care. I play for the story, campaign, rules, multi, just fun. Yes, and you have to know this, Paul. There are so many people that play very differently than you. They want to see that progression. It gives them a sense of, I did something. Lono, I commented on this a few times, but I think it's important to realize it wasn't supposed to be daily logins. They were challenges when I got on Tuesday, but they were bugged and scrapped. Have they officially said that, Nick? Because let me show you why. You might be right. You might be right. Here was my frustration with it. Let me show you my frustration with it. I went in to the winter event thing, and right up here at the top, you see where the big orange number 1 is up in the left-hand corner? Right next to that, it says Winter Contingency. And right underneath of that, there's a little like orange flag, and it says Earn rewards by completing event challenges. Oh, well, that sounds nice. I go over to challenges. Where the frick are they? There are no event challenges. Now, I got an event challenge in my first game, I'm assuming, because I got the first item. So I got this item here. I got this emblem. It looks cool, right? I should be able to equip it right from here. That's just such an easy UI thing. I don't know why that's not the case. But in any case. So I got that. So clearly I did something. And where are the rest of the event challenges? Similar to the store and similar to other things I've said, it's fragmented. Oh, I can press Y and it equips it? No, it didn't do anything. Anything in the upcoming challenges? Hang on a second. Let me go back in here. Okay. That's what you meant by press Y. I'm sorry. Upcoming challenges. Okay. Like, is this supposed to be a winter one, that little snowflake? That's the problem. I have a snowflake right now. It's right up at the top. 100 XP for just playing a match. And it doesn't give me anything on the thing. Isn't it already equipped, though? No, I don't think it's equipped. You see what I'm saying? Wait, why can't I see the more challenges now? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. The UI freaked out. Yeah, this is the 200 XP. There's a 251 here. Yeah, I don't see any winter event challenges. Kill enemy Spartans with a headshot in PvP. Maybe that's one. I don't know. So that I've got this one. I've got kill enemy Spartans with a headshot. That could be an event challenge that's coming up. No, these are upcoming weeklies. These are upcoming weeklies. So these are all just upcoming weeklies. Like this doesn't do anything. Oh, maybe you can get more from the weeklies. So once this is in the pile, I could log in, get a daily unlock, and then a weekly maybe. Maybe that's what it is. They should be orange. Yeah, this is super confusing because if these snowflake ones are intended to be the winter event ones, it's super confusing because this is another upcoming weekly. Complete any matches. Here's one here. Kill enemy Spartans with a melee attack. And then down here. So there's 3 weeklies that are coming up, which are some of these going to fall out. Some of these might fall outside the event. The event's only 14 days. Don't you just get it by leveling up? That's what's so confusing. It says earn rewards by completing event challenges. I don't see any event challenges. I played one game this morning and I got the emblem and then that was the end of it and then I can't get anything else. Death by Spoon says, no, you don't unlock from weeklies. It wouldn't make any sense to have it be coming from weeklies because there's only 14 days in the dadgum challenge event. So there would have to be a weekly right now for the event and then one next week. Looks like you have to log in, play a game to get the tier. That's exactly what my criticism is rooted in because I'm fairly certain that's what it is. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're breaking down the Halo Christmas event and it being time-gated, and I'm taking pretty significant issue with the setting and the setup. I took similar issue with the XP payout. I broke down the math this morning with the first 4 games. If you played 4 games a day, Monday through Friday, that's 20 games, you would get 4,000 XP. That's 4 levels on the Battle Pass. If I do the same 20 games, but I do them all on Saturday, I get 1,700 XP, which is less than half. I don't even get 2 levels on the Battle Pass. That's absurd. That system is favoring a daily login significantly and hurting anybody who can't do that. Like, oh, I can only play on Saturday. That's my day to play. 20 games doesn't take that long. Okay, Lono, here's the deal. The event pass tells you to do event challenges, but a dev on Twitter said that's false info. Event challenges during Tenrai were bright orange. So what's going on? Is it a bug? Boarding my flight. I'm excited to see my family, get some rest, and then grind some Halo. Thanks for the incredible weekend, everyone. Or whatever. Okay. Yeah, this is probably not getting fixed. This is probably not getting fixed because they're all going home for the holidays. Good for them. Good for them. What's good, Hilly? That's what it is. No challenges. Play 1 game, unlock 1 tier a day. Lono, they should have made certain challenges event-specific, non-swappable, and unique in previous weekly challenges with no daily time cap. You're kind of whiny. If 20 games doesn't take that long at all, then 4 should take no time at all. What kind of life do you live that every day you can clock in 4 games no problem? Do you have, like, no responsibilities? What about somebody who works 2 jobs and they've got kids, or they work a job and they've got college classes, and they set aside Saturday to play video games? Who the frick are you to say I'm whiny because I'm imposing reality on the video game and saying, look, this is reality. This is how people's lives go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Should I project onto you that you're lazy and you don't have any responsibilities and you can play every day? Should I make a presumption about you because you've made a presumption about me? I don't even care. I don't even care, homie. I play this game incredibly casually. I don't care about the Battle Pass. I'm talking about systems that are more focused on engagement than the player. Why? Because it'll drive engagement down. I'm arguing from a place of care and concern about the game's longevity and engagement numbers. I don't give a frick about my unlocks. I have 3 kids and I manage at a grave store 50 hours a week. You can assume what you want. So you live a life where you've prioritized Halo to a position of importance, and that's totally fine. And then you can log in your 4 games a night. And then the guy next to you doesn't do that. When he gets home, he is working on a project for his wife, or he's got a kid that is of a certain age that he really takes a lot of special care right now at bedtime. And so by the time he's done with all that, he can't play Halo. And he's got every right to say, Saturday's my day to block out. I'm going to play 20 games on Saturday. And this game basically says, frick you. You should have logged in every day. And with the winter event, it's a 14-day event, and if you log in with 9 days left, you can't get everything. Why? Well, because frick you. You should have logged in and played every day. When you have systems that are structured around developer desires for engagement, instead of being designed around what's good for the player, it's a short road. This is not how you get people to play your game for 6 months. They have a 6-month-long season and an XP earn rate that is stupid, and another thing that they just launched, an event that's set up in a stupid way. And if they want this game to go 6 months with healthy engagement, this is not the way. There are better ways to get people to log in daily. There are better ways for people to feel like they can log in throughout the week whenever they want, play how long they want, and feel like their time is respected. I just love the game and others. I want to feel the grind and want to level up. Right, they should make it to be able to do this. That's exactly my point, Paul. I want Paul to love the game, because he clearly does, and I want the guy right next to him to love the game, regardless of their life. And that's the issue. Think of it this way. Let me phrase this differently. You should only ever want somebody to stop playing your game because they're not enjoying it. You should never have somebody stop playing your game because it just doesn't square with their life. You don't want people doing that. Imagine somebody stopping playing Halo Infinite and being like, I liked it. It was a really fun game, but I wasn't making any progress and it was really irritating. You don't want somebody stopping playing for that reason. There are plenty of people that are going to play your video game and they're going to be like, this game's just not for me. And they're going to put the controller down. And that's totally fine. You never want somebody to put the controller down because you built systems that just doesn't square with their life. Now, this is only true to a degree. Because you wouldn't structure an MMO like Final Fantasy Endwalker or New World. You wouldn't structure that around somebody who can only play an hour a week. And be like, well, we don't want this person to feel like they can't play. Some games, sure, require a certain level of playtime to feel a sense of progression, and that game can't be diluted down to like the most casual level because it would corrupt and harm the identity of the game. That's true, but that has nothing to do with this current subject. This subject is about a game that is purely multiplayer. It's got a Battle Pass seasonal format, and that Battle Pass seasonal format will only work if people continue to play and then feel like I'm coming back for the next one. It would be far better for somebody to slay out in Halo Infinite for 2 or 3 months and get everything and then feel like I'm going to take a break until the next season. That would be far better for their psychology about the game. Like, I had a good time, I'm coming back next time. Instead, what's going to happen, this is my prediction, people will stop playing because they feel like the game is asking something of them they can't give it. You want me to play every day, I can't give you that. And all my friends have advanced, or all my friends have gotten everything because they blasted through the game, and I'm just not going to play anymore. I'm going to set the game down. Do you think that they're a likely customer of your next Battle Pass or season? Because I don't think they are. But if they play and they get done and there's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months left in the season, it's far better for them to disengage at that point because they're way more likely to come back. Because they're disengaging with a feeling and a sense of satisfaction, not a feeling of like, well, the game just wrung me out like a rag, dude. I couldn't give it what it needed. It needed daily logins, basically. I'm disabled from a workplace injury, and I never leave the house with pains and anxiety, and I don't have time to do all the things that I would like in games, and that includes the Halo Pass. Side question, why isn't our ranking placement displayed on our player profile, but the campaign difficulty completion is? Are gamers now that much? I don't know if that's why it is. I don't think it's because they're snowflakes. Good morning, Radical. It's interesting to hear the different viewpoints on this topic. By the way, this is a good discussion. We do this all the time. So if you're new here or you're one of the people disagreeing with me, we welcome that. You've not been banned or run out of here, right? We're having disagreements, and we do so without like name calling and being nasty. So if you come in here and you disagree with me, you are a welcome participant, because that makes for great TV. If everybody just sat in here and agreed with me, it'd be a pretty boring show. They're trying to find balance. Please, that play COD or any other FPS, they level up and walk away and they never come back. That is certainly not true about Warzone. Have you ever looked at Warzone's player-based numbers? That is demonstrably not true. It can be demonstrated. No, that is not true. Warzone as just a stupid amount of players. It's mind-bogglingly insane how popular and Warzone is. Now, we don't know if the Caldera map's going to hurt those numbers, but prior to Caldera, nobody was doing that. Well, I unlocked everything. Bye. No, that isn't true. Am I crazy, or is Splitgate more fun than Halo? You're not crazy. You just might have different preferences. I think Halo is a blast. I really do. And I like Splitgate. I do. But I think Halo is very fun. Just don't mention Coke. That's right. If you're new and you haven't hit subscribe yet, do me a favor and do that. If you haven't hit the like button, it'd be amazing to fly up to almost 300 likes, because there's a lot of people here. If you want to talk in my chat, you got to hit subscribe. If you haven't taken my poll yet, do so. Halo Infinite Winter Event. Will you be able to play the 10 out of the 14 days? Even if you don't play Halo, answer the poll as if you could. Like, if you were a fan of Halo, look at your schedule and just think, could I play 10 out of the next 14 days? Log in, do one game, and log out, right? Is that something that you would be able to do? I'm scrolling back up here. If you love something, should it matter what you get for playing? Wouldn't you just play because you love it? It's amazing to me how many times people say that. It really is. I find that sentiment to be just so juvenile. I don't say that as an insult. That's just a juvenile way to look at gaming. That's not how most people play video games these days. How many games have you played with your friends recently that didn't have some sense of progression, leveling up, battle pass, earn this, get this, unlock that? How many games are you playing with your friends for long periods of time purely for the joy of it? There's almost no games like that. Every game has that sense of, like, you get stuff, you unlock stuff, you progress. It's basically an industry standard now. I think it's like, maybe juvenile's not the right word. I don't know what word I would use. I think it's naive. Naive's a better word. I think it's naive to just be like, well, why wouldn't people just play for the fun of it? Have you played a video game in the last decade? They're all like this now. It works at a psychological level. It works. It gets people to keep playing. I want you to go start your own game company, right? And I want you to deliver a game that has none of this stuff in it. And I want your marketing push to be play just to have fun. And then when you don't have a player base 3 months later, you might see that, like, maybe I was wrong about, like, people should just play for fun. Maybe I don't have a fundamental understanding of the psychology of return users in video games. Maybe my sentimentality, while totally legitimate, is not shared by most of the gaming community. The original progression of the Tenrai event was way better. 343 needs to keep that progression system of Tenrai. Also, keep updated rewards of the Winter Contingency event. Good morning, Dan Zatastic. Games can be fun, having a cinematic experience. Way off, Lono. I'm way off. So the largest games in the industry right now, the most successful games, the most profitable games, all do exactly what I'm saying, but I'm way off. as you what? Make a false equivalency and compare it to single-player games that are typically played once and then never touched again by the lion's share of the community who plays video games, which would prove my point, because you don't come back to it. I'm not way off. The industry has my back on this. I could throw a rock in a dark room and hit a video game that proves my point. It's like, Apex, Fortnite, Call of Duty. Let's see here. What else do we got? Oh, yeah, Candy Crush. Any mobile game in existence. Like, they're all built this way now. It's not about you or the industry. It's about the individual player experience. Thank you for joining my side of the argument. You just joined my side. You didn't even realize it. That was slick, wasn't it? I got him on my side. Didn't even realize it. It's not about you or the industry. It's about the individual player experience. I appreciate your apology and joining my side of the argument. That's what I've been saying all morning. Yeah, Fall Guys. I've been saying that all morning. It's about the individual experience. The individual is subjective and different. And when you have a game that is crafted in a way that doesn't allow the individual to play as they want or play as themselves, your game will suffer because of it. You play a game because they're fun. Great. Everybody in the chat right now isn't agreeing with you, which is proof that the individual isn't TJ Rage. If the individual's having fun, let them have fun. What have I said this morning would disrupt your fun? What have I proposed that would hurt your fun? What single amount of criticism that I've lobbied against the XP earn rate or the required daily login of the winter event, what have I proposed that would hurt your fun or take away from your fun? I've not yucked your yum. I've not said that you shouldn't play that way. I've not done that. I have pointed out that the game is doing that to other people. The game is telling other people, you have to play this way if you want to actually progress. If you want to have fun by progressing, well, this is the way to progress. You got to play every day, and don't go past 4 or 5 games because then you get depreciating returns. I didn't say that. You said if the individual is having fun, let them have fun. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have not once said anything today that would hurt the individual experience of anybody. I have promoted the individual experience of those who can't fit the current framework of Halo's design. My entire argument hinges on the fact that when you build a game and the structures are set up in a way that is because of the desires of the developer for daily engagement, it will have an inverse effect. Because the veil has been torn off and people are like, you just want me to log in every day. You can have fun just beating folks in matches without worrying about some rank. TJ Rage, you can have fun going and raking leaves in the rain. I just told you can go have fun doing something that you might not find fun. Does that make it fun for you because I've simply asserted it? Go rake leaves in the rain. You'll have fun doing it. You're like, well, I wouldn't have fun doing that. Well, my kids have fun doing it. Why wouldn't you have fun doing it? You're telling somebody, oh, you can have fun, just beat folks in matches. You don't have to worry about your rank or your XP. And they're looking at you saying, what do you mean? I want to get XP. I want to level up. That's not what I'm saying. It's what you just typed. You're acting as if that you shouldn't worry. You don't have to worry about your rank. You don't have to worry about leveling up. Just have fun and play. Go rake leaves in the rain. It will be fun. Don't you just enjoy being out in nature? Don't you enjoy seeing a clean lawn? Don't you like being in the rain? Isn't it refreshing? And you would say no to all of that. You would say, I don't want to do any of that. That sounds terrible. And when you tell somebody, play Halo for 20 matches and get virtually no XP after Game 6 and just play for fun, they're looking at you the same way that you would look at me if I told you to go rake leaves in the rain. They would look at you like you're crazy. What do you mean? I don't want to play 15 matches of Halo and get no XP. Just play for fun. You take your fun and shove it in your ear. That's what they would say. They don't want to do that. If you're going to argue for your individual experience, you have to understand there are other people who are very different than you that are arguing for their individual experience. I'm with TJ. Being obsessed and XP and leveling instead of enjoying the game for its mechanics and stuff is what I would call juvenile, not the other way around. Right. Because a sense of investment, pride, and achievement and prestige, that's a juvenile thing. You're right. That's childish. Yeah. To set your mind on something and go do something that is challenging and requires time investment and commitment, and then turning around and looking at that and feeling pride and accomplishment from it, you're right, that's juvenile. I hope that the dripping sarcasm is clear. Mindlessly playing game after game with no purpose, nothing attached to it, that is juvenile. You're welcome to play in a juvenile way. There's nothing wrong with childlike wonderment. There's nothing wrong with the simplicity of just playing a game. But there's nothing attached to that. It's just you playing a game over and over again. It's just Candyland 100 times. Cool. Good for you. Other people like to feel a sense of accomplishment, a sense of investment, a sense of pride, a sense of, I put in all these hours, and here are all the things I got as a result. That is the opposite of juvenile. There is a reason the average age of gamers is 28 and up, and all these systems exist in games. You think these systems are here in these games for the kids? For the media-addled ADHD brains of the younger generation who just soaks up iPads and iPhones and me, and then shoot. You think they're the reason these progression systems exist? No. These progression systems exist because of the fact that the average gamer is 28 and up. And that's what people want to feel. They want to feel a sense of accomplishment. They want to feel a sense of movement. Their loyalty is awarded and tracked. People like that. That's not juvenile at all. This is a wonderful discussion, by the way. Even if I disagree with you sharply, this is a really good discussion. How much are you really accomplishing with these progression systems, though? A lot of times, they're just hamster wheels. Homie, it's all about perception, is it not? It's all about perception. If your perception... I'll give you an example. When I beat Dark Souls 3, what did I really accomplish? Can I take that anywhere? Can I? Is it a physical item that I can go out and say, look at this thing that I built? No. It's a digital checkbox inside a game world that you can't even see right now. I have to go open up the game world to even show you that I did it. So you could argue that I achieved nothing. You could. You could say, you didn't achieve anything. You didn't build anything. It's not tangible. The average person doesn't give a crap if you beat Dark Souls 3. It's a digital checkbox sitting on a computer hard drive that I can do nothing with. Nothing. And yet, I had such a great sense of accomplishment from it. Do you see? So you could look at this and say, well, what are you really achieving by leveling up a battle pass? You're asking the wrong question. The question is, why do so many people find it satisfying? And the answer is, people like to see their work tracked and honored. It's why we like to... I'm trying to think of other examples. You love to look back at your metrics if you work at a sales rep or whatever. They put everybody's metrics back on a dry erase board, right? People like to see their work displayed. I got 17 sales this week, right? It's on a board and it's on a dry erase board. Who the frick cares about that? Somebody took a felt pen and wrote the number 17 on a dry erase board in the lunchroom of some retail store. Nobody gives a crap about that, and yet, feels good to you, doesn't it? Your perception, your work is on display. It's how we're wired as people. This is just human nature. When I put all the Christmas lights up on my house, I didn't just go inside and say, well, job's done, kid. All right, let's, the job's done, kids. Let's go do something else now. What did I do? I brought everybody outside. And I said, look at what I did. Does it look good? Do you like it? I didn't spend 3 hours putting Christmas lights on my house and then like go in the basement and play cards with my kids and just be like, yeah, it's out there. Okay, let's move on. No, I wanted people to look at it. I wanted people to comment. My back was sore from looking up at the dumb gutter on a ladder. Yeah, putting your kid's picture on a fridge. From the cradle to the grave, we love this. We put badges of honor on soldiers. We put plaques on walls. We put kids' drawings on the fridge. Why? Because we like to see the things that we have done represented in some way. This is why battle passes work for virtually every game they land in. Doesn't matter what the game is. Doesn't matter what the player demographic is. Doesn't matter the age. Everybody loves that sense. You don't even care that everybody's doing the same dadgum thing. You don't care. Oh, I just hit 17. Oh, cool. I hit 25. You don't care. That doesn't diminish your sense of accomplishment. That doesn't diminish you. You like that? Yeah, you're right. And based on the industry, so do tons of other people. Do you honestly think right now, if we polled 1 million gamers and we said, which would you prefer? A game with the battle pass and unlocks and a sense of leveling up and progression, or a game that you just play for fun? Which game do you think is going to garner the most votes? Which game? If you're doing market research for your next video game, and they put you in charge, TJ, and they're like, all right, TJ, what do you think we should do? Let's just build a game that's all about having fun. We don't need battle passes, XP, unlocks. We don't need that sense of progression. That's rubbish. Let's just make a game that's all about having fun. Go poll the public and quickly realize you're building a game that has no legs. Has no legs. The better question is, do you play for a battle pass and cosmetics or great gameplay? Well, Corver, it's a blend, is it not? You could have the most amazing battle pass in the world, but if the gameplay sucks, who cares? Why is he yelling at TJ? What are you, a little old lady? I'm not yelling. Did you wet yourself or something? Did you get scared? I didn't yell. This is yelling! I'm not yelling. I'm having a passionate discussion. Don't do that passive swipe crap with me. Don't do that. Take a hike if that's what you're going to do. I don't like the sideline swipes. I don't. I don't respect you for it. Yeah, why not both? That's what I'm saying. Let's phrase it. Let's phrase the debate another way. If you have a game like Halo, and there are clearly people right now in the chat that don't like this, the lack of sense of progression or the slowness or whatever, and you don't care because you're just playing for fun, okay? You're just playing for fun. You understand that you just took yourself out of the discussion. You did. What do you care if the XP earn rate gets better? What do you care if the unlocks get better or the progression gets better? What do you care if they update the Halo Christmas event to be more friendly to people that don't log in every day? What do you care? You just play for fun. Shut up. Your input doesn't matter. You don't care about any of this stuff. You don't care about the battle pass, the winter event, the unlocks, the XP earn rate. You don't care about the sense of progression and leveling. So just be quiet then. I'm not being rude to you and telling you to be quiet. I'm simply showing you it's illogical to insert yourself into debate and be like, well, I just play for fun. Well, then be quiet. Your input doesn't matter. You've removed yourself from the debate. They could turn the battle pass into a circus show where you unlock clown uniforms. It just shouldn't matter to you. You just play for fun. Who cares what you have to say? Do you see? You've invalidated your own input. I'm not being rude and telling you to be quiet. I'm illustrating a point. Hear me say that, please. People always act like I ban people that disagree with me because they come in and act like a Neanderthal and they insult people and they get banned. I am not telling you to be quiet. I'm simply showing you, logically speaking, your input in this matter doesn't matter. That's exactly the point that makes people like this so difficult to deal with. I like arguing. It's fun. I do too. I think I saw somebody write a paragraph, and I want to read their paragraph because I hadn't interacted with them yet. It was Emperor Mac. Said, just to play devil's advocate then, what about games like Mario Kart? No battle pass system, and yet it's still a massively successful game, and people constantly go back to it and play it all the time. Emperor Mac, you have to talk about intentionality then. What's the intentions of the developer? Do you think the intentions of the developer of Mario Kart are the same as the intentions of 343 with Halo Infinite? Do you think they're the same? You have to know they're not the same. Halo Infinite is intended to be a game that goes on for 10 years. Mario Kart, and Mario Kart has unlocks, by the way, so you're not quite representing Mario Kart all that well. Every time I played with my kids, we were unlocking stuff. We were unlocking cosmetics. We were unlocking stuff for our cars. We were unlocking new tires, unlocking new bikes, unlocking new carts. We were unlocking all kind of stuff. So it still is not accurate to act like Mario Kart's just play for the fun of it. Mario Kart had baked into it achievements, unlocks, and things to work on. It didn't have a battle pass, but still. Who's playing Mario Kart for hours each week? Right, like let's zoom out here. Let's zoom out. Let's stop debating down here and let's just look at the game. Just look at Halo Infinite and ask yourself, what's the point of this game? What's their aim? What's their goal? What is it? To have an ongoing Halo Infinite game, to have an ongoing live service game. That's their goal. That's like the biggest, most simple explanation we can give, okay? It's an ongoing Halo. Okay, so then decisions about the game should bolster that goal. It should bolster it. You want people playing in 3 or 4 months, do you not? You want people playing in 5 or 6 months, do you not? Okay, well then the decisions you're making should be bolstering that goal to bring it to fruition. If my goal, let's say I was building a company, and my goal was to get you to regularly visit my gym. And I made it to where your gym membership was extremely rigid, and if you didn't come in every single day, you were docked allowances. Like you couldn't use certain pieces of equipment. No, yeah, you can't use that equipment yet. Why? Well, you were supposed to be here 5 days last week. You were only here 3, so you have to wait to use that piece of equipment. I would be driving my membership away. Why? Because my decisions are not bolstering regular visits. Why? Because I'm more worried about a rigid, determined, desired engagement than a person's real life. I'm like, I can't come here every day. What's the big deal? You live 5 minutes away. Just come here every day and jump on a machine for 20 minutes, and then you'll slowly unlock the rest of the machines in my gym. What's the problem? Someone would say, you're overemphasizing the need and desire to have people daily come to your gym. You're doing it to your peril. You're driving your customers away. You have a desire that makes sense. I want people to come back to my gym as often as possible. That's cool, but you're creating this rigidity to where it's having the inverse effect and driving people away. Games having unlockables back in the day is different from today's battle passes? No, it's not. It's the same animal. Do you honestly think leveling up and prestiging and getting unlocks in Modern Warfare 2, you don't think that's the seedbed and the inspiration for the modern battle pass? You're kidding yourself if you don't think that was basically the first battle pass. Come on. If you're new and you've never been here before, I love this. This has been a great debate. I love you guys that come in here and you love Halo so much and you get in the ring and you box with me. It is so enjoyable to have people respectfully disagree. I got to tell you, it's so refreshing. So if you're enjoying the show, keep in mind, this is a safe for work broadcast. We do this Monday through Friday. It's a great time. Hit subscribe and the bell button. I'll be in your sub feed all week with live shows about different gaming news topics, and we have a really good time. This afternoon, we have a show that we'll be doing about Star Wars: The Old Republic and why you might want to check this game out in 2022. Why I might want to check this game out next year. They're doing some stuff, but that's for later. The classic forcing consumers to meet the need of the system rather than designing a system that meets the need of the consumer. Oh, what a... I love you. Legend, that is so well said. Yes. Forcing consumers to meet the need of the system rather than designing a system that meets the need of the consumer. Yes. So concisely well stated. I said it another way this morning. You're designing a game that is focused on, and systems that are focused on, engagement rather than focused on the player. Yeah, Star Wars: The Old Republic. They're doing big things. Not Knights of the Old Republic. That's getting a remake. Star Wars: The Old Republic. There's something there. We'll talk about it later. Make sure you're here. I'm just whetting your appetite. I'm not indulging. Do you think if Battlefront 2 had a battle pass, it would have been more successful? I don't know. That's a tough one. They sullied that game so quick. They sullied that game real quick. I remember when those unlocks in-game were met with caution because it was feared it would lead to payable unlocks. I mean, fundamentally, let's maybe shift to a different lane here and get more, I don't know, maybe more calm. I really like Halo. I am not a Halo fanboy. I am not. I was a COD head. I played Call of Duty. I played Unreal Tournament and Quake. Those were the games I played. Okay, so I'm not a Halo guy, but there's something about this Halo. I've said it since the summer. In the summer, when they released that Halo Infinite multiplayer trailer, I was like, whoa, they're getting something right. There's something there. I told you guys back then, I said, there's a secret sauce. Something smells good. You know, when you walk through the house and somebody's making something, you're like, woo, something smells amazing. And you know it's going to taste good just off the smell. You know what that's like. It's a brand new meal. You don't even know what it is. But boy, you can tell from the smell. You're like, okay, we're in for a treat. I got a whiff of that in the summer. I was like, there's something here, man. There is something here. And then it landed, and I was like, yep, I was right. There's something here. There's something about Halo. And then HCS hits a 260,000 viewer peak. People are praising it, saying it was great. Right? Now, they had bugs, they had glitches. Boy, oh boy, is this game rough around the edges. I will concede that point anytime it's made. It is rough. It's got a ways to go. But there's something here, man. There's something inside this game at its core that is good. And that's why when I see these systems and I see this winter event, I think to myself, somebody somewhere at your company doesn't get it. Look at what the other games do and mimic it. You're not that special. You aren't. Look at Warzone, look at Fortnite, look at Apex, look at Splitgate, look at Fall Guys. You're missing the mark at a basic level. You aren't that special, okay? If you want new players, if you want people to enjoy this game, stop making it so dadgum hard. Stop making decisions that are about engagement and start making decisions that are about the player. You aren't even hitting the base level expectations that people have about events, unlocks, and battle passes in any other game. You think you're special enough, Halo, to carry all these dumb deadweight decisions behind yourself? I got news for you. These things will drag you into the ocean and drown you. Your player base will dwindle. These are not fundamentally good decisions. They are decisions that are mechanistically driven and will hurt the organic growth and health of the game. That's where I'm coming from. I am not sitting here hating on the game. I'm not. We've been doing Halo Infinite custom games on Friday night. If you want to hit the join button. Let's get some members here. Hit that join button. It's $5 a month. You get a badge. You get emotes. Let's get some direct support going for the show here. We're here Monday through Friday, right? You can become a member. Subscribing is free. Membership's $5 a month. You can join some Halo custom games, right? Get in our Discord. Start playing with us. You know, be here on a Friday night. I enjoy this game. I do. I don't get wound up and passionate and like this. I don't rise up into like my passionate self about games I don't like. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've covered Cyberpunk a handful of times, and I've gotten kind of passionate about it because it could have been so much better than it was. I actually think it's not as bad as people make it out to be. It actually has fared well on PC. It's not exceptional, but it's fared well on PC. It got a bad rap because of the old console crap that was self-inflicted, and it certainly is their fault. But you know, when a game hooks me, that's why I was getting so fired up about New World. I like New World. I've been enjoying myself, and I see him making these stupid decisions or bad communication or copyright striking a video. It turns out, little recap after yesterday, it turns out he had advertisements for some website that sells gold, and you can't do that. And I think that's what they're trying to do, which means he'd have to take all those videos down. That company's reached out to me hundreds of times, and I won't reply to them. Just, you think I'm going to promote your freaking scam website on my YouTube videos? Get the frick out of my inbox. Nano626 of the membership. There it is. First member of the day. Enjoy the dope badge and emotes. You are dope and deserve dope stuff. We also have coffee. My shirt is from 80s Tees. It's a Christmas Transformer shirt, and the Displate's in the background. We're partnered with Displate. We're partnered with 80s Tees, and we have our own coffee. If you're a coffee drinker, you'd be supporting a small family-owned and operated business. My wife and kids pack this up and ship it to you. We got a light roast, a dark roast, and a holiday blend. Hey, I just tuned in, not sure what's been discussed. Fortnite does timed events as well. Each day you unlock a new challenge, and they can be completed anytime after during the event for the reward. Right there. Thank you, Sam. I said that. Just let me bank them. Just let me bank them. I missed yesterday. Okay, well, I should have been able to bank a challenge and get 2 things. It's a 14-day event, and there's 10 unlocks. So if I log in after 7 days have passed and I've got 7 banked things waiting for me, there's nothing wrong with that. I unlock 3 or 4, come back the next day. So whether or not I play a bunch, on oh, cool. Whether or not I play a bunch on the beginning of the event, middle of the event, or the end of the event, who cares? Who cares? I think the poll is showing pretty clearly that the daily login focus is alienating a large point of the player base. Yeah, take the poll, 670 votes. 60% are saying no, I would not be able to play 10 out of the 14 days. That's a lot of dadgum people. That's the majority. That's more than 50%. That's the majority. 58 to 42. Sorry, I rounded. 60-40. Like, 58% are like, no, I wouldn't be able to. No, huh? I don't have time for that. I got other games I play. I got other things I'm working on. I'm working 2 shifts. I'm working 2 jobs. I've got college. I've got kids. I'm in an awesome dating relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Ninja Turtle. I fight crime at night. I don't know. Not everybody can play every single day. You know? Yeah. Murph says, I smell a clipped video upload. What are you talking about? What did I say? Yeah, my parents are in town. My in-laws are in town. Right? My in-laws are in town. No, they're not. They're not. But I'm stuck watching Westerns. Eugene, this is getting very, very specific. I'm stuck watching Westerns and Hank won't give me the remote. What? Actually, a bank feature for the challenges would be nice for people that can't make it every day and maybe even for their dailies in general. Right. A small Halo rant from a few minutes ago. Oh, was it good, Murph? Or you think people are going to clip snipe it? Can I be a Ninja Turtle? I don't know. Can you? I knew it. I always knew you were a turtle. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's see. Have we met a lot of new people today, or was this mainly the core audience? I'm actually very curious in how we fared today. Oh, we have met a lot of new people. Awesome. We've met some new folks, new subs, and folks are not searching for this, but we are meeting people off of a suggest. So if you clicked on this video because it was suggested to you, thank you for doing that. People are not searching for this, though. They're not searching for the Halo Winter event or the Christmas event, which is interesting to me. You have 2 kids, 2 jobs, etc. Care so much about cosmetics in a game you're barely able to play. Wait, Gail, are you saying that if you have 2 kids and 2 jobs that they shouldn't care about the cosmetics in a game they're barely able to play? Are you acting as if that's not like logical, or there's something wrong with that? Or are you saying that that's where you are? You're like, I care about these cosmetics in this game and I'm barely able to play. Like, I really care about really big, awesome movies, but I'm barely able to go out and watch them. That doesn't diminish my care, concern, or love for them. Halo's challenge system could have all the complaints addressed by having all challenges active immediately at Tuesday's reset. I'm actually interested in the Star Wars The Old Republic conversation this afternoon. I'm excited to talk about another MMO. Speaking of big awesome movies. No. Yo, it's good, Kill Bill. Yeah, I agree with that, Justin. The idea of like, well, you could take the challenge system and just let everything be active immediately. So whenever you play, it's all there, right? It's all there. My home experience is better than the movie experience. I tend to agree with that, especially after the TV you guys got me. Just making a setup, trying to understand how someone having so little time to play could care that much. So, Gail, let's say you grew up playing Halo and you loved it and it was so fun and you were looking forward to this release so much, but you're in college working on a PhD and you also have a job. Do you now understand how somebody could care a lot about playing and unlocking dope things in Halo, and they have a love for the game, even though they're not able to play that much? Do you see what I'm saying? Did I just give you like a pathway for empathy? Like, come on. Even more so in a first-person game where you won't even see your character? You see your character all the time. You see your character at the beginning of the game when you die. You see your character at the end of the game. You see your character when you're in the lobby. You see your character all the time. It's on HBO, Zubair? Well, I'll have to watch that tonight, maybe. I'm excited for Star Wars MMO. However, could you imagine if a company made a Division-like MMO with the graphics of Ghost of Tsushima? Just take my money? You want a Division-like MMO with the graphics of Ghost of Tsushima? You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for Ghost of Tsushima live service, where I have my own samurai and I get all this cool stuff. I can't wait for that to happen. It's coming. I can sense it. It's like I can sense it like in the Force. It's out there. I can feel it. It's coming. Right now, okay, we have a login from my in-laws signed up for something and got HBO. So we'll try and I'm gonna try and watch that tonight then. Yeah, you see your character driving vehicles. Yeah. You see your hands on the gun. You see your arms and hands when you're carrying the flag. Yeah, you see your character all the time. I think there's enough cosmetics that aren't tied to events. We're not talking about that. That doesn't really have anything to do with an event's structure. Like, I'm coming to you and saying this event structure is not set up in a way that's conducive to, players' varying gameplay. Well, there's plenty of other cosmetics. Okay, that's not an answer to my issue. Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer is so good, better loot system than in other multiplayer games. Yeah, I think that's a big giant experiment Gale play. I think Ghost of Tsushima Legends and Rivals and all that, I think it's a big giant experiment for a live service Ghost of Tsushima game. I think they're going to take inspiration from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Valhalla, as well as when Assassin's Creed Infinite comes out, or Infinity or whatever it's called. Yeah, I think there's a Ghost of Tsushima like live service RPG game, and you're going to become a ghost. You're going to study under Jin, and you're going to become a ghost. He's going to teach you that the way of the samurai is inferior to the way of the ghost. That's what I think they're going to do. Depending upon your cell phone plan through AT&T, you can get free. Yeah, they did something where they got it for free, and then they could add other people. So, like, we have our own login and can watch HBO. It's dope. It's some family thing that they did. So they added us and my sister-in-law. So that's how I got to see Dune. That'd be pretty neat. Sign me up for that. Yeah. That's my prediction. I think in the meantime, they're going to add other islands around Tsushima. If you look at the map and how it zooms out for Ikishima, I think they're going to, while they're building whatever this live service Ghost ends up being, they're going to be adding islands around and expanding the game. And all of those islands will probably come baked with tests and ideas and implementations for the live service game. This is why I hate that the Halo event is time-gated. When Apex does events like this, it's XP-based, and you just play until you get enough XP to unlock all the free rewards. Right. Trek and Yomi is a samurai-like Lono coming to Game Pass next year on PlayStation. Why are you using that emoji? Trek and Yomi looks dope, but isn't Trek and Yomi a side-scroller? It looks amazing, but that has nothing to do with what I just outlined for Ghost of Tsushima. You're like doing a facepalm like I stepped in it or something. I don't understand. Because Halo isn't XP-based. Yeah, it's not XP-based. That's an illusion, by the way. That is an illusion. Right? I've spoken with a former Bungie employee. Even those changes they've made, although they say it's XP, it's more like daily challenges. I hate that it's not. Right. Ghost coming to PC. Eventually, Hercules, yes. God of War is coming in January to PC. Oh, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. If it's XP-based, just not in the traditional sense. Yeah. It is and it is. It is and it isn't. It's like it is XP based, but at the same time it's not. It's there's something else going on. We only need 24 more likes for 300 likes. If you guys have been enjoying the show today, it's free to support me by clicking the subscribe button and the like button. We appreciate all the new subs today. We've really blasted through another milestone on the channel. We are screaming to 10K subs, and I greatly appreciate it. I also think having a progression system like Reach outside of the Battle Pass and Ranked would be great. Yeah. It's almost 2022 and people are still struggling to get a console and to not get the sickie. Yeah. Don't do that, though. That makes it feel bleak. That makes it feel bleak, Zubair. Come on, let's talk about how good 2022 is going to be. We're going to get to play God of War on a PC. We're going to get to play Horizon Forbidden West and Elden Ring. Like, come on. Securo's 50% off right now. Biggest drop ever for it. You may want to get that stream Friday if you can. Dadgummit. Yeah, I didn't want to bail on a From Friday. I was thinking we could at least do the morning stream and just have a conversation because the install size of Elden Ring has been revealed, and that could be a good conversation topic. Horizon Forbidden West is about twice, almost 3 times the size, and I'm like, huh. I got the impression that Elden Ring was very big And if it is very big, and Extra Life or Fextra Life is correct, and we've only seen a percentage of the map, then my gosh, Horizon Forbidden West is going to be just massive. Don't forget to add to this that going into 2022, YouTube still has the top chat as an option. Top chat is good for live events. If you know what I wish, just let me do this as a streamer. Let me set that default. So if you're doing Game Awards or some big event, sure, let them set it to top chat. It's good for that. But let me set it to something else. Let me set the default to live. I think top chat has a purpose, and it's for things like Game Awards and other things where, like, you have 25,000 people watching or 50,000 or whatever, 100,000 people watching an HCS tournament, and you want all that stuff to get automatically filtered out. Well, then they can set top chat for their event. But let me set live chat as the default for my stuff. Yo, what's good, Hex? What's good, Emu Billy? How are you? How big is Horizon? Like 110 gig. Oh, is that the PS5 version or the PS4? I don't know. Elden Ring's like 40-something gig, and Horizon's like 110. It's like, wow. Okay. Maybe it's the PS5 version and the dynamic lighting or something and the textures. Maybe Horizon's going for really, really big next-gen stuff, and it just takes up more space. And Elden Ring's not doing that. So it's not a cause for concern. It's just like, this is an interesting thing to compare and theorize about. That's what I think it's an interesting thing to compare and theorize about. Yeah, it could be the data controller. Yeah, it could be a variety of things. This Star Wars Old Republic thumbnail turned out so good too. I was having trouble with it, and then it just clicked. It was like, oh, this looks good. I'm going to schedule that stream now. We'll get redirect set up. If you guys have been enjoying the show, we cover a lot of different topics here. And it's always kind of like a video game radio. You can throw me on in the background. And a lot of people do that. And they can do it with confidence because I am a safe for work broadcaster. And you don't got to worry about the kind of language that I'm going to use. Star Wars The Old Republic. It came out in 2011. Amazing. Just amazing. Just amazing. Such an old game. And just still kicking. You think about Diablo 3, you think about Final Fantasy. I don't know. There's something brewing over there, and we're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. Customization. Subscribers can talk as long as they're a subscriber for any duration. And we will set this for 12. People will get their 30-minute noti in about 7 minutes. Okay. Save that image, close that, and make sure the next stream is on low latency. Okay, that is set. There we go. Come over here. Set the redirect. And save. Beautiful. Hello there. Been a few days. Yo, it's good, Fuzzy. Can we get 9 likes before the redirect? We got time. We got about 30 minutes. We're still going. We're still going on this subject. We're still going on Halo and the Halo Christmas event, or the Halo Infinite Winter Contingency. Halo Winter event. Whatever. That's what we're talking about. What's happening? Are we getting Thanos snaps? No. Elden Ring is 44 gig pre-day one. No number post-day one. Oh. The Horizon Forbidden West download size was flagged as misleading by the sub, by the way. Oh, it might not be that big then. Okay. Well, that's helpful to know. That is helpful to know. I want Star Wars The Old Republic on consoles. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, golly, wouldn't that be amazing? I missed the talk. What's the synopsis so far? What's good, Poppin' Dolphins? So, yeah, I'll give you the too long didn't read if you missed the opening of the stream. The Halo Christmas event, or the Halo Infinite Winter Contingency. Basically, what they did is they rolled out a Halo Infinite Winter event with 10 rewards, and it lasts for 14 days. And if you don't log in every day and play one game, at least 10 of the 14 days you have to do that. You will not be able to get all of the items. So if you started playing this event and there were 6 or 7 days left, you would not be able to get all of the items because there wouldn't even be enough days left. If you play 5 or 6 days in a row and then go on vacation and come back and there's 2 or 3 days left, you cannot get everything. You can only get the number of items that you play out of the 14 days. At least you got to play. That's what the poll at the top of the chat is about, which it's nearing 800 votes if you haven't voted yet. Halo Infinite Winter Event. Will you be able to play 10 out of the 14 days? Even if you're not a fan of Halo, you can answer the question. Like, imagine that you were a fan of Halo. Would you be able to play 10 out of the 14 days? Is that something that would be possible for you? And if no, then answer no. It does seem to me, from where I sit, the consensus of the audience is that no, most of us wouldn't be able to do that. That's not normal enough or fitting enough or whatever. And so my position has been that this is another decision that's coming from 343 that is more concerned about engagement than it is about the players. I make the same criticism of the XP adjustments they made. You get more XP for your first, 5 games of the day or whatever. And so we did the math. If you played 4 games a day, Monday through Friday, that would be 20 games. And those 20 games would net you 4,000 XP under the current system. So you played 20 games and you would level up 4 times on the battle pass because it's 1,000 XP for every level. So 4,000 XP playing 4 games a night, Monday through Friday. If I played 20 games, just like you, but I did all 20 games on Saturday, I would get 1,700 XP, which means I don't even level up twice. I get less than half that you do simply because I played differently. We played the same number of games, but I played differently. And that is my criticism of the XP adjustments that they made, because it is my belief that is not built around the players or the players' needs. It's built around Halo's or 343's desire to have you log in every day. Now, my main issue for being frustrated with this is I enjoy Halo. I would like it to be successful, and I worry that if they continue to make decisions like this that are rigidly designed for daily engagement, it will have an inverse effect and hurt engagement. That's my position. Can you grind the event in a day if you wanted? No. 1 item a day. 1 item a day. And that's why if you have to play 10 days out of the 14, you must, or it won't work. Now, they might update this between now and the end of the event, which I personally think that they should. I think they should let you bank any missed days. Maybe only do that when there's 7 days left. When there's 7 days left, just say, no, you can earn as many as you want. The final 7 days, go nuts. So if you can get a good session in, those last 7 days, go for it. If you've missed a bunch of days, no worries. Go crazy. Have a ball. What does 343 have to gain by making people log in on the daily instead of, say, once a week? More than likely, this is my personal opinion, I think they have somebody somewhere at a vision level, decision-making level, they're in a decision-making capacity, and I believe whoever that person is too corporately minded. I believe they're looking at reports and statistics and looking at the more people log in, the more likely they're to spend money, and I believe that they are making decisions that are corporately driven as opposed to decisions that are, gameplay driven. So, I'm not sure what just happened. We just lost 50 people in the blink of an eye. It wasn't on my end. If YouTube's acting up, I apologize if people are having to refresh. That's a very abnormal thing. If somebody a little while ago said they were having blips, but then nothing happened to the view count, but we just lost 50 people. So either folks are no, that's usually a YouTube thing. It'll probably bounce back. It was probably a blip. Usually the blips hit mobile or one particular region, and something must have just happened. I'll tell you what, hit subscribe, hit the bell button if you haven't already. We got more talk show coming up about Star Wars The Old Republic. We got more great things to happen. You got all sorts of ways you can support the stream. If you like my shirt command, the displate command. If you're doing any last-minute Amazon shopping for Christmas, use the Amazon command or use my Amazon affiliate link below in the description. It doesn't give you a discount, but clicking that link before you shop supports me. So thank you to everybody who has been using that Amazon affiliate link. We greatly appreciate it. So I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're not shutting this stream down or anything. I'll be right back, and in a little while we'll be switching gears to Star Wars The Old Republic. Don't go anywhere. Thanks for all the support. Maybe order some coffee. We only got one coffee order today. Get you some. When the Frickmas blend's gone, it's gone. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, okay. That's not player friendly at all. What is this? What are those? Are those prices like sales right now? Been a great discussion today. Thanks for the back and forth, guys. Hope everyone's day is going well. Why I grind my face off in my own gaming side of the world. There you go. AWS servers are also having an outage today, apparently. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. It wasn't anything on my end. Usually, if my end acts up, it's just dropped frames, and that usually causes, like, a viewership fluctuation, but not like a 50-person drop. So, it's possible we were sitting on a rotator somewhere, and then we just hit a long enough time that we got kicked off of it. That also happens pretty regularly. YouTube's also being odd today. We've had so many people here, and it doesn't seem like that on the back end. I think YouTube's still doing stuff. I think they're preparing. January is like we think is the month they're going to make a bunch of changes to live streaming. So periodically we've looked on the back end and we're like, this stuff's not like certain features just won't work right and stuff. So it's possible that they're trying to like roll out features in the back end or on the front end or whatever, and sometimes I think it causes issues that we're like, wait, what happened? Did we just have a blip, or what's going on? Is everybody okay? And then all of a sudden it fixes itself. I'm pretty sure that January the 5th is when everything's going to happen, because they sent out like a bazillion emails saying, hey, all our terms and services are updating on January the 5th. And I was like, huh. And they made it very clear that in next year they're really focusing on like big changes for live streaming. So I think January the 5th might be like one of the first days that they roll some stuff out. That's not player friendly at all. Murph might have been responding to me talking about the winter event. I don't know. I don't know if he's responding to Eugene showing sales numbers for the PlayStation. I think he said, wait, that's the system, as in, wait, that's the system in Halo. Like, I outlined the system before I stepped away. Do you ever stream on Purple? No, I do not stream over on Purple. We are full-time over here on YouTube. We have multiple channels. This is the live channel where we do 2 talk shows a day. Well, 2 shows a day. Sometimes the second show is gameplay. And then we have a channel that is just purely really quick updates, like little 4-minute videos. And then we have a larger channel with about 47,000 subs, and that gets uploads and periodic live streams as well. What are the changes? Just high-level vision or technicals? I don't know what changes are you talking about. Oh, for YouTube? I've seen stuff that may be getting implemented in January, maybe not. I know other people have seen things. I know, like, Valkyrie said that, there should be something coming that'll be like the Prime thing, where you'll do, like, YouTube Premium, and you'll get, like, 1 free membership to the streamer of your choice. Gifted memberships are apparently coming. Better discoverability for live streams, a better chat experience, better monetization for live streams. Apparently that's all coming next year. They are heavily pushing to make live streaming better on the platform, which is good news for us because that's primarily what we do. It's primarily what I do. I can make good upload videos, but like mainly where I thrive in the live environment. I thrive in the live environment. And so we're hoping that those changes are big. I don't think they snagged, Tim the Tatman and Lupo and Ludwig, and I don't think they did all that and they're just going to sit on their hands. I think next year is going to be a very, very big year for live streaming on YouTube. And we're hoping. I would love it. It seems like it's going to become a very, very close possibility that we could have 10,000 subs going into January. We are very, very close. We just rolled over today out of the 9.3 into the 9.4. Which is just, extremely exciting. So, because when you hit 10,000 subs, like your channel gets treated a little bit differently. You unlock new features, and we hit well above our weight class. There are channels that are 5 times the size of ours that don't pull the live interaction that we do. So we are in a great spot. I'm very, very excited about everything that we're going to try and do next year. It's going to be good. And you guys come in, man. The support's been so good. The daily talk shows and the interaction and the debates have just been so good. It's been very, very enjoyable. I got to turn off my Xbox, and then I got to get my other computer ready here. I need to go to this scene and turn that off. There we go. We got to pull up something for the Old Republic. Realistic, if you're on vacation, you are traveling and not playing. If not like me, I'm working and spending time with my family, not playing games as much, or my kiddos are playing instead. Right. It's great to see how the channel's been doing versus 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah, I mean, we made a big change and a big risk, and we're going to be doing another big change in January on the bigger channel, and it just feels like that's what's required of us right now. We have to make, we have to make scary decisions because that's what's required of us. We are not in a position. We are just not in a position where we can sit idly by and hope that things get better or improve or whatever. So gotta take my mom to get treatment. See ya, Techno. I basically stopped playing most games that have time-gated grinding and even some Battle Pass seasonal content. I'm burnt out. Oh, I hear you. If you guys are tuning in for my coverage of the Halo Christmas event or the Halo Winter event, we covered it, talked about it. If you want to see, the bulk of my argumentation, you can go to the first 5 minutes of this stream, and it's basically everything that I think, everything that my summary of the thing is that it's not set up and it's not conducive for players that can't log in and play every day. And I think that's a problem. I think the same thing about their XP system. They did an update to the Halo Battle Pass and like the Halo Infinite XP progression. They updated that, and I still think it's far more designed around players who have to they want you to log in every day. And I just don't think that's a good system. The only thing I need is Lono shoutcasting. We're on your video. Yeah. that is something we're looking at. How to regularly have like a shoutcasting thing, because I miss it and I like it, and I think if we apply ourselves, for a couple of years here with everything that we're doing, I think, opportunities will present themselves again. Nice to see hard work paying off. I mean, it's been tough. It's been tough. And there's going to be elements of next year that will also be tough because we're going to have to do some pretty serious things to the big channel. And you'll hear some of that tomorrow in the early conclusion of our, the series we've been doing over there. Tomorrow's an early conclusion, and I explain like why we're ending it early, what we had planned, and what we'd like to see happen over there. And come January, that channel's going to look and feel a lot different, and we hope that it is we hope it's another decision that's going to be scary and painful, but yields results. Because coming over here, bringing the live stream over here was scary and a little painful. So, yeah. And you guys have been amazing. If you've been a newer subscriber or a newer person that hangs out and listens and lurks, I really appreciate it. The daily shows, since right before Thanksgiving to now, it's just been... I don't know. It's just been a pretty significant turning point for everything that we've been doing and working on, and we appreciate it very much. You just signed up for HBO Max? Yeah, I'm going to tell my wife, like, hey, we've been working our way through Downton Abbey, and we're going to have to watch that tonight. We're going to have to watch The Matrix tonight on HBO. Before the holidays get here and it becomes impossible. Before the holidays get here and it becomes impossible to do or watch or, do anything. Fighting games would kill that, but I understand how much work that would be. Oh, fighting games, you would kill that? No, me shoutcasting has to be something where I have an inroad of understanding. And fighting games, number one, there are people far more experienced and talented that I would never outperform. But if it's shoutcasting games like Apex, Fortnite, or Halo, I think I can hold my own. If not, be a little bit standout. I do. I think I have the ability and the gifts to stand out in certain games. That would never happen with a fighting game. The guys that cast that stuff are on just another level of insight and quick calls, and just they're excellent. And I would have to do so much studying and work, and it wouldn't be enjoyable for me. A lot of the games that I cast, I sort of have a natural affinity for. They're a shooter. They're a battle royale. Like, it's a game that I can play and enjoy in small spurts. I just don't even like fighting games, so it wouldn't work very well, for sure. Yo, what's good, Black Superman? How are you? No Matrix for us here in Brazil. If the event had missed day protection, so by the 10th day, you've only unlocked 2 or 3 items, but you could unlock all the other items. Right, banking the missed days dream. A lot of us said that they should be doing that, and maybe they will. Maybe they will. Ketchup and mustard for Mortal Kombat shoutcasting are amazing. Miss the MKX days. Yeah. What tier of membership to submit shoutcasting analogies like he's getting knocked around like a squirrel in a bobsled? It all goes back to we have people making decisions for a game that millions of people play, and then they don't play at all. I said that, Miguel. I said these feel like corporately driven decisions. They don't feel like gamer-minded decisions, and I think that's a problem. Yo, it's good, Darth Nihilus. I just got rid of HBO, and now I'm going to have to get it back. That's unfortunate if you got rid of it. Yeah. To have to get it back again. Right. If you're new and you hit subscribe today, thank you for doing so. Make sure and take the poll at the top of the chat. And good results today. Almost 800 votes on there. Would you be able to play, 10 out of the 14 days? Dracane says, I logged in yesterday and got the first reward. Then I logged on today and didn't get the color scheme, so I don't know what's up there. Oh, wait, so you've played both days? Oh, Dracane, you probably have to wait for the afternoon reset, right? The game hasn't reset for the day yet. Sure, you played on the 21st and now you played on the 22nd, but you're going to probably have to wait until the game does its afternoon rollover. And then you can get the color. You need to know your business with a fighting game to shoutcast, and the community's not forgiving. Oh, for sure. One of the things I always did with my Fortnite shoutcasting is I made the game make sense to people who didn't play. And that was what I always got praised for. They were like, you break it down so that I understand what in the world's going on. And I don't even play Fortnite. Well, the reason I was able to do that is because I played the game a lot, watched the game a lot, and I could make sense of it. So you have to have at least some semblance of an inner working knowledge. You know what I mean? When is that now? Is it listed in the settings? It should be somewhere on the screen when you go to the store or something. Doesn't it say, where does it do that? The daily clock. There should be some daily clock that says, here's when the next daily challenge is coming or whatever. Where is that located? Waiting for the afternoon reset's even worse. Now I definitely won't be able to get every item before the end of the event. Yeah, because you have to play around their schedule. Fighting game community is a tough cookie. I don't really have any desire to have a presence in the fighting game community. I don't. That's just not my bag. It's not my world. Halo, that'd be fun. Sure. Call of Duty and Apex and Fortnite? Yeah, sure. Fun games. I like them, even if I don't play them a bunch. There's definitely opportunities there, I think. We just have to, all we got to do is we just got to prove ourselves. I did it once. I can do it again. I shoutcasted Fortnite for 2 weeks, and I had one of the largest talent agencies reach out to me to shoutcast a tournament in Canada. And it didn't end up working out because Epic shut all the tournaments down, but we just got to apply ourselves, You generally have to play the game that you shoutcast. Right. A lot of times they bring in talent and shoutcasters that don't play the game, and the audience gets irritated because it's clear that the person doesn't know what in the heck they're talking about, right? Now, you can have a host who doesn't play the game, because a lot of the times for the hosts, they pick somebody that's, pretty and attractive. They want a pretty face on camera. Nothing wrong with that, right? And they don't have a clue about the dadgum game, and they don't need to. Hey, what did that victory feel like? Let's go back to the desk, guys. What's shaping up in the next game? They don't have to have an inner working knowledge. But if you're doing color commentary, you better be able to explain why somebody took the short route on B instead of the long route on C, or nobody's going to want to listen to you. It looks like it's to the left of the daily, 1 hour and 11 minutes. There you go. I hope that was helpful to you. That's probably not the greatest news, but if you guys are tuning in for the Halo Christmas event, or my thoughts on the Halo Winter event and why it's time-gated, I shared my thoughts throughout this broadcast. We've been streaming for about 2 hours and 45 minutes. We'd love to hear from you or to take the poll. We like meeting new people, new fans of Halo. We do Halo Infinite custom games here on Friday nights. But not this Friday night, obviously, because it's Christmas Eve. But if you become a member, you can join into those festivities and get in our Discord. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell button so you don't miss my daily coverage. We are getting ready to shift gears into another stream about Star Wars The Old Republic and why you might want to be playing this game and checking it out next year. Based on things I read that they have talked about with their 10th anniversary yesterday and their delayed update and everything that's coming. What's good, little Timmy? Thank you. I didn't know it was required on a reset like that. Appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Those of you that subscribed and you're going to be coming back day in, day out, a lot of people treat me like video game radio. I'm a safe for work broadcaster, so you don't have to worry about when you click on one of my streams, like what you're going to hear. A lot of people do that to get through their work day. They throw it on in the background. Thank you. For whatever reason, people are finding my video about my coverage of the IGN article is still getting play. It's still getting pull. Today's premiere, yeah, for those of you that are fans of Halo, today's premiere on our larger channel is about HCS and how well it did. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure and subscribe to our Presents channel, SNTR Presents. This channel's SNTR Gaming. We have multiple channels for multiple different types of things. Volume just dropped. I don't think the volume just dropped. Did it drop for anybody else? Make SNTR lead development of 343. Was it all volume, music, and everything, or just my microphone? I may have like leaned away from the microphone or something. I definitely have it in a different position than I'm accustomed to, so I may have done something weird with my posture. I don't know. Not for me, no volume drop. Yeah, could just be YouTube being YouTube, you know? Just YouTube being YouTube, baby. The HCS is back. Yeah, that's a nice thumbnail. That looks dope. That looks really good. That looks super good. No's changed at all, same volume? Okay. Well, that's good to know. All right, let me customize gaming. And let's swap this for this and this for this. Do that. And then go over here. Okay. HCS was great at the end, but was kind of boring at the start. But I guess that is something to expect because the start is weeding out all the bad teams. Yeah, the video that's premiering today on Presents. So if you guys are a fan of Halo, we've got another channel that's going to be covering like things that happen in the industry, like YouTube, the Purple platform, Facebook gaming, even a video like TikTok's getting into streaming. Or it'll be videos about like esports things, like Jake Lucky leaving the esports news desk and HCS and the results. I break down the viewership and how it started and where it ended up. And I think it makes good sense of like the prelims and the brackets and stuff, those pools, those starting pools, they're never going to be that strong viewership wise. They just aren't. So the crescendo, I think, proves that the arena might be back. It might be back. What is HCS? The Halo Championship. What's the S? I thought it was HCL. Halo Championship League. I thought I know it's HCS, but I thought it was HCL. Was it Halo Championship Sports? What's it stand for? Oh, Series. Halo Championship Series. Sorry. Yeah, I thought it was HCL for a second. I thought it was Halo Championship League. Yeah, my bad. It's just generic. Yeah, the last word is generic. Yeah, Halo Championship Series. There we go. The chat's being rated with Halo Championship Series. Halo chart score for all of the old folks. Raleigh was just the open. Yeah, they're just getting started. It was just the open. They've got more coming. So it's we're going to continue to track it, obviously. And congratulations to Cloud9, obviously, for winning. Good for them. Good for them. Where do you get your background music from? We use Harris Heller's stuff. He has lo-fi, he has synthwave, he has all kind of stuff. I wish they would add more to the synthwave. They did like a Christmas one, but I didn't want to use it. Are you going to cover the Max Exodus from Ubisoft? Yeah, maybe. I definitely feel like we're at a place now with SNTR Gaming that we could cover stuff that's more like that might be a little like touchy, but like still like, hey, we should touch on this. Ubisoft's having a mass exodus. So how many of you guys would consume a video that... So for SNTR updates, we go into like this scene, and I'm like, this is an SNTR update. You know, Halo Infinite Winter Event is here, and it is time-gated to heck and back. And I break everything down for 4 minutes. How many of you would watch or do you consume videos where somebody be like, here's your daily or weekly rundown of gaming news, and it would be like real rapid-fire snippets. You know, like, hey, there was a Assassin's Creed Ragnarok trailer, and there was a mass exodus at Ubisoft, and there's new Spider-Man skins in Fortnite. Does content like that land on you? Do you watch that kind of stuff? Would that be something that you would find like, oh yeah, I'd like to get that daily or weekly or something? No harm in a mashup at the end of the week, like a roundup. I like gaming news. I could deal with that. Sounds dope. Okay. I would enjoy that. A guy named Boogie used to do that before he fell off. It generated a lot of views, and I would watch them. I like that, but I do like elaboration as well. We've been brainstorming about the updates channel and trying to give it more videos, and we're having different opinions about it. Like a weekly summary of everything I covered is something he thinks would be good. Creature thinks would be good. I think a literal daily video that would be like, basically, here's all the stuff we didn't cover. Here's all the stuff we didn't cover. I'm not going to say the name, but like a daily video that's like, here's your daily gaming news, and it would be a little bit longer than those little 4 minutes. So even though I come here for the more drawn-out talks, I would enjoy it because it's a lot of gaming. There's a lot of in gaming that I miss. Short series of gaming news would be beneficial for me. Okay. I would love that, like, weekly or bi-weekly constant update all around the channel that's not the big ones. I wouldn't mind doing that, so I'm constantly popping in and out. Right. You say the name, it'll be on Forbes by 3 p.m. Right. Daily might be too much. Yeah, maybe every other day, because there is a lot of stuff that we throw over our shoulder. We're like, yeah, no. Like, I can't do an entire live stream about Assassin's Creed Valhalla Ragnarok trailer. I can't do a live stream about that. But I could certainly tell you about it in a really quick news segment. Yeah, Skill Up does a weekly thing. My concern is, functionally, the weekly thing works for him because he's huge. If I'm covering something on a Friday that broke on a Tuesday and I jam it into a weekly video, it's not relevant anymore. But the time has passed. He's so big that everybody wants to hear his thoughts on everything that happened that week. I'm not there. I'm trying to be more functional. Hey, every day you're going to get hit with a video just summarizing all the nonsense that's going on. One out of the group might interest you. Real quick morsel. Bam. You know? Real quick morsel. So then you're like, well, I'm interested in the AC Valhalla Ragnarok trailer. I'm going to go look for that. Or, oh, wow, I play Fortnite periodically. There's new skins. There's Spider-Man. I'll go check that out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'd get you 3, maybe 4 stories just real quick. Boom, boom, boom. And then you'd be like, you'd be interested in watching it because if you're not interested in it, who cares? I only talk about the thing you're not interested in for, 80 seconds. Most isn't worth more than a few minutes. It's more suited for quick articles. Right. And if we could give you that kind of a morsel every day, would that be something? Because this is what this is one of the concerns I've developed is the SNTR updates channel. The videos don't do that well. And the reason I don't think they do that well is because so many people are faithfully showing up to this live stream. Why would you go watch that segment again? You already saw it. Or you already watched the VOD here and saw it. It's the first 5 minutes of the VOD. I think repurposing the content makes perfectly good sense because it's a very different channel than a live channel, but I worry that stuff's never going anywhere. It's not going anywhere because like most of you already saw it. But an 8-minute video that's like, hey, you guys might have missed this. Like there was a trailer for this, there was a trailer for that. You know what I mean? There's so much in that little clip. Like, yeah, just a really quick flyover. Hey guys, Guerrilla Games tweeted out a Meet the Machines video you're going to want to check out if you're interested in Horizon Forbidden West. It breaks down. Boom, 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 boom. Bullet points. Also in gaming news. You know what I mean? And so it'd be an 8-minute video and you'd be able to slam so much more into it. Because my ability to crank out content is not in doubt. I can slam out a one-take 8-minute video without breaking a dadgum sweat. But I can't do an entire stream full of that. It doesn't work. When we're in the zone, we got to stay in the zone. I can't suddenly be like, all right, guys, it's time to do a micro news segment. You'd be like, what the frick is happening? But in a morsel, in a video, bam, upload, it could do very well, I think. A daily or every other day heads up segments would be great. Okay, we appreciate the feedback. Would that add to the workload? No, not really. We've got a time slot where it would fit. It wouldn't disrupt our work-life balance. It wouldn't. So that's good feedback. Thank you. Because every day we're just throwing gaming news over our shoulder, and I'm like, man, so much of this would be potentially helpful to people. We're just not talking about it because a 3-hour live stream can't live off of an announcement. Like, there's a DLC coming. We can't live off that, right? A live stream is a different animal, you know? And we've really, really learned how to navigate the live streams well. I'm really pleased with what we're doing here, right? So, all right, there is a link in chat. That is where we are going. This next stream, this next topic is why you might want to play Star Wars The Old Republic next year, all right? I'm going to do a live redirect, so you should come with me. If you don't come with me, it should just roll you over into the next stream. If you don't come with me, no worries. No worries. You can click the link in chat if it doesn't work. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This episode of SNTR Gaming News is going to be about Star Wars The Old Republic and why you might want to check this game out in 2022. Big things coming. Sort of feels like a slow remake, remaster, and I want to walk through an update that they did. Right here at the start of the stream, I give you basically the meat of what we're going to talk about, and then it's like a 3-hour long video where we break it down with the live audience, and I am going to do a redirect to